Now, I got to say, I opened up the chat and I see this comment right here from Big Daddy D saying, "What has two thumbs and is ready to talk training camp? This guy." I love that. I love that because so am I. We share the same excitement for day two. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day two of my play-by-play reaction to everything that happens at training camp. As many of you know, my goal for this series is to make sure that all of you stay informed. I want to help you avoid having to play catch up at the end of the day, pulling from a variety of sources to give you an idea of what is happening at St. John Fisher. So treat me like a radio station today, folks. If you are currently working, if you are just, knocking around the house, and you want to be one of the first to be informed of exactly and precisely what is happening at practice, stick around because we are about to be live for about 3 hours. I think yesterday was where we ultimately ended up wrapping up. I can't wait. It's my favorite time of the season. Of course, second to actual football, week 1, week 2, week 3. You know the drill. But damn, man, I am pumped. We should be hearing from Joe Brady today, from what I understand. At least that's how the schedule typically operates on training camp. Day one is head coach, and then I want to say today we'll be hearing from Joe Brady. I could be getting a curveball, and it could be Babbage on the defensive side of the football. However, whoever it is, we will be hearing from them, I would imagine, around the same timeline as we heard from Sean McDermott yesterday. So welcome to the show, guys. As I have said, do me a favor, all right? We had over 500 like buttons smashed yesterday, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because just by you guys taking the millisecond that it takes to hit that thumbs up sign, it ends up propelling this show out to the YouTube algorithm, so more people, more Bills fans can discover this, and more Bills fans can stay informed, such as my good friend, Real Bill P. My guy, he came in. He just discovered us yesterday. He joined the family. He became a member of the show, which I genuinely appreciate. But he is a perfect example, folks. We recruited Bill into the family simply just by each and every single one of you hitting that thumbs up sign. So please, please, please do me a favor, man. Right now, we are currently rocking with 49 of you on the YouTube channel already. If all 49 of you hit that thumbs up sign, we can welcome even more friends into the family. Billy Talon, hey, Dan Mitchell, finally, it's time to spend time with the Mafia. Billy, we are so happy to see you roll on in, my friend. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We have Elias. Dan, how can I send you some live feed? How can you send me some live feed? Elias, I can only imagine you were at camp. So what would be ideal is if you are at camp and you notice any cool plays and you're filming, feel free to send it to me on X. Maybe you can post it on X and tag me. Rest be assured, my friend, we will be reacting to it. We will be reacting to everything that comes out of camp. That is reports from the various beat reporters that we are watching and hearing directly, and then also video clips. So say, for example, that you have some sauce that you think that we would enjoy reacting to on today's show. For the love of God, my friend, help us out and send over some goods right here. Shout out to YPN, a brand new YouTube member. Man, I appreciate that, guys. I really, really do. I got to tell you, that is going above and beyond, but again, the easiest way. We have 59 of you in the YouTube chat already. If all 59 of you hit that live or that like button, imagine where we would be. As always, guys, you already know the deal. I hope that none of you are ever hurt in a car, but if it does ever happen, you better call William Attar, #1 car accident attorney in the state of New York. Man, he's been a proud partner of mine since December, a proud partner going through the remainder of the 2025 season. Shout out to William Attar for showing so much love on this channel. Without him and without the likes of our good friends over at Garage Beer, I don't think I'd be able to do this thing, man. So shout out to both of our sponsors. Supporting our sponsors is supporting me. So look at it that way. You know what? As you know, I am nosy, all right? And I want to get a good understanding of where everybody is from. You already know what time it is, folks. We are going to be doing a roll call at least 3 times during today's episode. Let me know. File on in and let me know where you're tuning in from, what team you're currently representing. I could imagine that some of you are not Bills fans. However, I'm willing to bet about 90% of you, 95% of you are Buffalo Bills fans. Or maybe you just want to hop on in and show me a little bit of love. Who knows? Guys, roll call in the chat right now. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and let's lock in and talk a little business. Mad Bros Gaming came in with a $2 donation to begin and start the show. Let's go, Buffalo. It's going to be a great, great season. Indeed, it is, my friend. Indeed, it is. And shout out to this video clip yesterday that was circulating around the internet. I actually know this young man, okay? This guy right here, Nate, the golf guy, he is an incredible golfer. He has a wonderful following right on Instagram. And I am so happy that he was able to meet Josh Allen because he is the biggest fan on the face of the planet. I talked to Nate quite a bit over on Instagram. Shout out my boy Nate. I'm glad you got to meet Josh. And keep on keeping on, my friend. His golf game's insane. His golf game is insane. I highly recommend you go on ahead and you give him a try, man. Let's lock it in. Guys, 74 of you again are on YouTube. If all 74 of you hit that thumbs up sign, man, I think that we could very easily crack 500 live viewers today. Let's keep you informed about Bill's training camp. As I've imagined, I could assume that Brady and or Babich, whoever they decide to go with, should be hitting the podium here momentarily. Do not be shy, folks. Lock in and tell me where you are tuning in from. It's roll call time on the channel. Mikey has said, how is Milano looking? Him just being at practice gives me anxiety. Mikey, that is a great question, my friend. I did not hear a single thing about Matt Milano yesterday. It's kind of tough to gauge what we're seeing from linebackers, especially since pads aren't on. I haven't heard anything from a coverage standpoint from Matt Milano, but here we are. Hopefully we get some sort of update today. We have Josh Clark is in Indianapolis. Go Bills, obviously. Western New York, south of Baltimore. Mikey, I hope all is well. I am in Venezuela right now visiting family. Lucas, enjoy your time visiting family. Man, dude, that sounds awesome. I still need to make it down to South America one of these days. I really do. Minnesota, Bills till I die. Lackawanna, New York. Dan the man. Dirty Dan, Dirty Dan. Hope all is well, my dude. St. John Fisher, Rochester, New York. El Paso, Texas. Virginia is in the chat. Victor, New York. Virginia, Bills and Hokies. Real Bill, are you in the Blacksburg area, man? That is a beautiful town. That is a beautiful town, man. I'm glad that you're a college ball guy, too, because I'm going to be hosting a college football show here in about 2 weeks. I will certainly keep you informed of when that starts and where to find it. Connecticut at work. Go Bills. Mr. Carreras, have no fear. We're going to keep you entertained. Let's make it happen. Drew has come in saying, I'm loving the content, means loving the thumbs up button, and keep the Google gods happy. Drew, I love that. I absolutely love that energy. 77 of you are in the chat right now, man. 77 of you are going to hit that thumbs up sign so we can continue to grow our family on this beautiful Tuesday, July 24th. Again, I'm going to go ahead and double check and make some realistic goals here. Let's lock it on in. 43. We have 44 like buttons smashed right now, guys. Let's go on ahead and match that up to the 72 mark. I think that we can get there. And keep on keeping on roll calling in the chat as we wait for Joe Brady. Penfield, New York, go Bills. Upstate, New York, Bearded Johnson. That's my guy. That's my guy in here. He's rocking with us. I run Allentown, Buffalo. He runs it. He runs it, ladies and gents. We have Houston, Montana. Let's go Buffalo Bills. Miami, Florida, Forestville, New York. Singapore is in the chat. Pod Junkie. Hope all is well. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Bills Mafia and Roll Tide. Hey, man, listen, you know that I'm a big SEC guy. I'm a massive SEC guy. I am sorry, Bill P. I know you're an ACC, Virginia Tech Hokies guy. I'm a big SEC guy, and I will try to limit my bias during the college football show today. From the Dirty Jersey, or excuse me, the Dirty J, Jamestown, New York, but living in England, as you know, Dan. Billy, that's my guy, man. Wilmington, North Carolina is in the chat. Bill's guy, what's going on? Upstate New York. We have Batavia, Ohio. Nicholas, what's going on, folks? Do not be shy. Let me know where you're tuning in from. YPN is in the chat. With Knox's injury, do they know how bad it is? And is there a possibility to sign Noah Fant, or do you think he wants to be a starter? So I got to tell you what, man, it is a hamstring injury. It is soft tissue. According to Thigh Doctor, who is regularly on this show, he's sort of our go-to source when it comes into injury analysis. He doesn't appear to be that worried. And that's encouraging on my end. So if Thigh Doctor is not worried about Dawson Knox, then I will say that I am not going to be worried about Dawson Knox. That is for damn sure. Tennessee is in the building. Go Bills. Buffalo to Barber. What is going on, my friend? Hey, Billy. I'm in Jamestown by now. We have Ted Wright. He's coming in. He's saying, go Vols, man. Let's make it happen. I'm hoping Keon Coleman has a good season. Listen, you know what? There is only one way to go, and that is up. As long as we utilize him with his strengths, I think that he is going to be a great addition into year 2. And as many of us know, it's like clockwork. Each and every single year, a player going into their sophomore season takes a significant jump, and the prime candidates are either Keon Coleman or Cole Bishop, perhaps even both. Who knows? Dan, I also have a degree in business from the University of Kentucky. Go Cats. So my guy Bill P is also an SEC guy. He is SEC educated. I like that. But a big Hokies fan. I got a couple of buddies that are big into the Virginia Tech football world, sports world. So I love it. And Blacksburg is a cool town. Beautiful mountain town, man. I am envious, okay? I have lived by the beach since I was like 13, 14 years old, and I don't want to sound spoiled, but I kind of want to change. I do eventually want to get my way to the mountains. I'm hoping eventually I will end up outside of Nashville, Tennessee, but we will see. We will see where I could have a little bit of some mountain life in my world. Waverly, New York. Go to Sopranos Market if you are ever in Waverly. I'm going to have to. Rainbow City, Alabama. Go Bills and go Irish. Jerry White. What's going on, Jerry White? Hope all is well, my friend. Hope all is well. I was on Jerry White's show a couple of weeks ago where we really dove into Dan Mitchell on a personal level, in case any of you guys are ever interested in checking him out. Glen Falls, New York. Go Bills. Chattown, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's a beautiful place. Was Curtis Samuel running with the ones yesterday? So to be honest with you, man, his name was not brought up very often. So say that he was, it sounds like he didn't get many targets or he didn't do anything that was that impressive for the most part. I'm hoping that we can hear a bit from Curtis Samuel because yesterday, big names and names that stood out or names that were mentioned often was Dalton Kincaid, who had an incredible day. Same thing with Maxwell Hairston. So I'm sure you guys saw the stream last night or you saw the clip that I pulled from the stream and separately uploaded. But that play that Maxwell Hairston made, that was really running the rounds. Same thing with Elijah Moore. He ended up connecting with Josh Allen over a touchdown. Trey White made some plays, which is certainly encouraging from a depth perspective. And I think Joey Bosa, that was a big storyline on how he, quote unquote, felt really healthy and how he has befriended a family of geese in his backyard in Orchard Park. So didn't hear much from Curtis Samuel. I didn't hear much from Joshua Palmer, of course, outside of the fact that Josh Allen and Joshua Palmer were side by side for the majority of practice. It sounds like that them establishing that chemistry is an utmost priority, which is wildly encouraging. But I am going to be looking for a couple of new names today, right? Because we still need some answers. Again, I do want to say it's going to be hard for us to draw any sort of conclusion about what's happening with the trenches right now. So offensive line and defensive line, I'm not going to form any opinions on that until pads go on. That's kind of where I'm at. Laviska is getting hurt, opens up the returner spot now. Give Samuel a shot. We still have Brandon Codrington. I'm not sure how extensive Laviska Chenault's injury is. I thought that it was a lower leg injury. Let's wait to hear any sort of update. I don't think it's serious enough where he's going to miss significant time where a specific position is going to be opened up. That I can say. Atlanta can't wait to punish the Falcons. Chris wants to see a Bills-Falcons massacre in Atlanta in person. I do not blame him, man. The season is so close. If you're going to Tennessee, Knoxville, I've heard that. Man. I have fallen in love with the town of Franklin, Tennessee. Last time I was in Nashville, I stopped by and I had lunch, and I just loved that town. I was like, dude, I'm going to live here. But so I've also heard Chattanooga is very, very nice, and Knoxville is very, very nice. It's just a great state in Tennessee, man. Listen, you just can't go wrong anywhere. What's up, fellow Mafians? Michael Bell Jr., Curtis, Rochester, New York. We got mountain lions, so we are the coolest. Actual mountain lions. That's insane. Elijah Moore, I'm hyped about him. look, from what I understood about Elijah Moore yesterday, he is exactly what is advertised as far as his route running capabilities, his speed. Everything I heard from people that are at camp sounds like the hype is for real, but let's see. Let's see, man. Go Bills since OJ was at USC, Bolivia, North Carolina. My boy Billy K, man. He's that dude. He's that dude. He's a seasoned vet. Dan, add me to the beat. I am SJF, the Bills Report. The Bills Report. You want me to add you to the beat, man? All right. All right. Let's see. Let's add you to the beat. Listen, we always... Bills Report. Let me see. I'll add you to the beat. Bills Report. Let me see. Right here. Bang, bang, dude. Gotcha. I've added you, my friend. I've added you. Just make sure you're giving us some quality updates from camp, some solid videos that we can react to on stream today. Codrington is going to be on this roster. That's a key camp battle right now. That is a key camp battle. It's between him and Laviska Shenault. I'm not particularly sure if I want to utilize Curtis Samuel at that position because I still think that he was underutilized last year. I think a lot of it had to do with Joe Brady being conscious with his injury. But I'm still standing pat that it's going to be between the two. Not Laviska. Let's go MFing Buffalo. Joe Brady's live. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Let's listen to some Joe Brady. Come on now. Come on with it. Where you at, Joe? There you are.
Well, he's extremely athletic, which is, I mean, look, he was a high school quarterback, and
it's a sick hat, by the way.
You can see how cerebral he is, and you get that athleticism. And so it was a guy that, you're trying to get a feel of, is he a guard? Is he a tackle going through it? And, he brings such versatility to be able to play, 4 spots. And look, he took advantage of all the reps last year. We got 2 veteran tackles, so it allows him to get a lot of reps in the walkthroughs. And obviously, I'd love to have Spencer out there, but a guy like Graves, him getting as many reps as possible right now is just great for him, and he's embraced it, and excited to see him compete right now.
He dealt with the injury last year, but when he was able to get back from that, you guys entrusted him in that swing tackle role, which is a pretty big one. For a rookie to kind of take that on, what did that say about how maybe cerebral, as you just said there, that he was able to pick it up and you guys could put him in a role where you trusted him like that?
Yeah, look, Sean and Brandon, they do an incredible job of the character of the guys that we're bringing in here. And, fortunate, we don't care what round they come in. You come in here, you have opportunity to compete, and he made the most of his opportunities. And even when he was hurt, making sure he's taking advantage of the mental elements of the game, so that when you come back into it, it's hard playing football and not getting the reps and still feeling like you got it. But, it was really cool to see a guy take advantage of it and then have that opportunity in the last regular season game to kind of go in there. And that's a lot for a rookie to not play and to not get a lot of practicing in. It kind of speaks volumes to kind of who he is, his mindset, his approach. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about the O-line coaching room, but, speaking more of his character, it showed everything last year.
What do you need to see from Ray Davis this year, taking that jump to a year or two? I mean, he got some good work in last year. With James' situation and moving down the road, Ray's in a position there. What do you need to see from him?
Yeah, look, I try to not set hey, this is what you have to be this year. This is what you have to do this to be able to launch this into next year. Right now, it's hey, just execute what we're asking you to do right now. We might put some more on his plate, but the biggest thing I always see from a rookie from one year to the next is just the communication, the comfort level. This is his second time going through training camp. Him understanding that, feeling more comfortable to talk to the offensive line. How'd you guys see that block? Hey, was I patient enough with that? Whereas a rookie, look, you're just, at the end of the day, you're getting the hose, sprayed on your face, trying to just get through. And so I'm just trying to see that just his comfort level and his approach and mindset and understanding of, I'm not just running an offensive play. I'm understanding the scheme. I'm understanding how the defense is kind of playing it and then how that's all going to kind of work together.
How do you anticipate how defenses are going to attack you guys differently, just given your success and just, I guess, planning on different types of wrinkles that you could throw in to keep people off guard, just given how much they've probably been watching what you guys did last year and how it led to your success?
Well, I think every year, regardless of if you have success or not, you have to evolve your game. You can be the number one offense in the league and people are going to study the number one offense. And if you just try to just take that playbook and just repeat it the next year, you're not going to have the same success. Or if you are, you're playing the odds right there. And so a big thing for us this offseason is, hey, what were we good at? All right. How did teams attack us? We have to continue to improve on that. We can't just be like, hey, we were good with that. We'll be good with that next year. But we have to find ways to get better. And we obviously weren't good enough last year. And And so it's, hey, is there some motions that we can mess with, some pass schemes? We got some new players. What are some concepts that we didn't run last year? Can we do it now? And so that's part of what training camp is we have a bigger menu that will go in than we will in the season. But hey, let's experiment right now. Let's try to get it. And then as we get a little tighter, it's like, hey, we got to figure out kind of who we're going to be. And I'm not really right now concerned with how teams are going to attack us. More so just focusing on us, just installing the system and kind of going from there.
Joe, in addition to experimenting with stuff right now, how are offensive players involved in those conversations?
Largely, like, you guys know how I am. Like, the communication element to me is huge. It's critical. It's not my offense, it's their offense. They make it go. And if I just try to say, hey, everything is just so black and white, this is the only way to do it, and don't get their feedback, sometimes as coaches, we can draw things on the board and it sounds like a great idea, but can they actually do that? It's like, if I'm offense lineman, it's like, you got to see that guy and that guy. Like, how do you do that? And so sometimes it's asking for their feedback. Doesn't necessarily mean every single time they say something we're doing that, but it's that dialogue and that comfortableness. We want to empower them, right? We want to give them ownership, and if we do that, we feel like they'll take and kind of run with it. So part of as we go is that communication. The less I'm talking in meetings, the better, right? When the quarterbacks and the receivers are having the meetings and they're the ones communicating, that's when it's going to be the offense that we ultimately want to be.
I remember last year at this time we were talking about Khalil being the only receiver that had caught passes from Josh Allen in previous seasons, and I know you got Josh and Elijah in the mix now, but you're bringing back a lot of continuity in that room from an offensive coordinator perspective. How much more comfortable do you feel with having a handle on that group and what they do well and how to position them for success?
Look, I think as a coordinator, you can't allow yourself to ever be comfortable, in a sense of, look, we had Keon came back. He was a rookie last year. How can we evolve his game and figure out what he can do differently than we had last year? So we have Khalil back. There's a lot of, with the new, we kind of have the same approach as we had last year. Like, I have to get a feel of how Joshua Palmer, how LV, how Elijah Moore, like how these guys run the routes, how they can kind of intertwine into kind of who we are as an offense, and then mix that with the Khalils of the world, the Keons, our tight ends, running backs. So there's a level of like, hey, I understand kind of who some of these guys are, but I don't want to just pigeonhole them and say, hey, Keon couldn't do this last year, so he's not gonna be able to do that this year. So I'm still trying to just not allow yourself to get comfortable, both them and us.
How do you view the quarterback behind Josh, like as camp's getting underway and with three guys behind him? Like, how do you look at splitting up those limited snaps that they have?
Yeah, look, the QB room is critical. Everybody always we have Josh Allen, and don't get me wrong, he's a big reason why I'm sitting right here is because of Josh Allen, and he makes all of our lives easy. But the QB room in general there's so many nuances to it, and how close they are, how much they compete, but how much they help each other out. Josh does a great job, but from the top to the bottom, no matter who's getting the reps, they're just talking in the room. They all feel like they have a voice. They were all back last year, and just seeing how the room was just preparing for a game week, like just because Josh is taking all the reps in practice and playing, having three other guys in the room helping throughout the week of watching tape and doing all that, that's so huge to the room. Look, it's hard getting four reps. It's the reality. It's hard just, with the amount of reps that you get in practice. But we have to take advantage of after practice, staying after, kind of getting as much as we can. The walkthroughs, part of being the quarterback is the cerebral, is the mental element, and getting as much as you can, because look, you might not get a lot of reps in practice, but come preseason, we're going to need you to play. And so it makes it a little tough, but I love where they're at. I love their mindset, and we're throwing a lot on their plates, and, just see who can handle it and how they respond, with different wide receivers, different running backs in the game, a different center. There's a lot to that. And I love the type of guys we have in that room.
Keon was very blunt. I gave a blunt self-assessment when we talked to him back in June. What is on the line for him, or how have you seen him respond to being motivated to improve on what some of the things he needed to improve on this heading into the second season?
Yeah, I don't think when you say like what's on it, like to me it's no different. The same thing that Josh Allen is trying to prove this year is the same thing that Keon Coleman and James Cook and Connor, like everybody has it. There's no like, I think if you ever get comfortable in the NFL, it's like I made it, I'm good. Issues are going to happen. Keon's his hardest critic, right? And I love that about him. So I don't want to pigeonhole him to say like, hey, this is what he has to do, and if he doesn't do this, he's not taking a step. Like, I have so much confidence in Keon. Maybe I'm clearly higher on how Keon played last year based off some of the questions I've gotten. But I love his approach, his mindset. He goes out there again. Once the pads come on, that's when I believe truly wide receiver play happens. The physicality element, when DBs have their hands on you, being able to make the plays. But I love Keon's approach. He's one of the smartest wide receivers we have. And I'm excited as training camp kind of progresses to see him just continue to evolve and see his dialogue with Josh and them understanding, hey, this is how I'm going to throw you the ball different than it might be if I'm throwing it to Curtis Samuel or Elijah Moore, those type of things.
Joe, with all the depth in the wide receiver group, how does a guy like Caden Prather make an impression?
I mean, it's tough right now. You're a rookie coming in. It's like, man, I want to get reps with Josh Allen. I want to throw with the starting quarterback, but the reality of it is really tough. I try to tell the guys, like, it doesn't matter, what group you're going with, who's throwing you the ball, who's in the huddle. Just take advantage of your opportunities. The rest will take care of itself. And again, I speak to the character. We have an opportunity to get him in the 7th round. Has a lot of talent, a lot of developmental skills. To him, it's the biggest thing is just getting as many reps as he possibly can right now. And no one wants it, but you want them to kind of make mistakes because they learn from the mistakes. They see it. They all want to be perfect. A rookie wants to be perfect, and I only get 6 snaps. I got to be perfect and all. It's like you make the mistakes, you talk through it, you get the coaching, and just seeing how they respond to it. That's the biggest thing for me.
Joe, what does it say about James given his situation that he's here, fully participating yesterday, and just being with the team?
I mean, that's James Cook. Like, James is a football player. Like when you roll the ball out, he wants to play ball. All the other stuff kind of takes care of itself. And I understand it's the business element that's bigger than me. But when he's here with his teammates and he has to be here, man, he's as locked in, as dialed in. You saw the way that he played last year, and how can we continue to evolve his game and be better? And he takes that on. He's laughing with the guys. So there's no difference. There was never a doubt the way, he would kind of approach it, show up and kind of go with it. And I'm excited to have him for another year for sure.
Joel, when you look at your own approach to training camp, what feels like the biggest difference from right now to this time last year? I try to start over. Like if I'm asking our guys to start over, I'm trying to do the same thing. I've been through the meetings maybe a little different, where last year it was like, hey, when do we have unit meetings? So at least I understand the schedule of how we're kind of going with it, but I have to continue to improve. I have to have the same mindset. So I know it sounds like coach talk or like, maybe press conference speak, but that's kind of how I embody myself of like, I have to find ways to improve. So it's a completely new year for me. And I try to kind of have the approach like today, hey, it's completely different than last year, install 2, and not care about the results, kind of surrender it, just bring the energy, drive the energy, create clarity, and everything else will take care of itself. When you're looking for those ways to improve, is that like self-reflection? Is that getting feedback from other people? Like where do you kind of start that process of figuring out where to get better?
I mean, I think you always, the first and foremost, you start with yourself.
So,
Like,
of course,
if you're
Lucas.
not willing to look at yourself and think that you have to improve, you're probably not going to take feedback from anybody else. And so, I'm always going to be my hardest critic, but I value the opinions of others. And so I always want, I'm big in the staff rooms and meeting rooms, like, hey, is this the best way? Is this the way we need to do this? Hey, making sure we're all on the same page. We have a group of players and a group of coaches that feel comfortable, if I'm going to show my vulnerability, that feel comfortable having the connection and saying, hey, if Joe's asking, let's talk through it. And I don't think you improve unless you have that.
Joe,
Two more for Joe.
Just in terms of last year dealing with injuries, what kind of big mix approach that you've seen with
I think I spoke about it in OTAs, like Dalton from the season ending to here, he was in the building every single day, working out, doing what he has to do, both in rehab, but also just continuing to be able to play a full sum. He has such a unique skill set that is so valuable to us. And, you guys all know when healthy, what he brings to our offense. And so it's, you see a little bit of it yesterday, it's so exciting to be able to get him back on the football field and be able to throw him the ball and getting Josh on the same page with him again. He's a huge component to who we are. And, his work ethic in the off season, obviously we're only day 2 in, but I'm excited to really see it kind of progress where, if you guys remember training camp last year, he was obviously probably our best football player. And so I'm excited for him, not setting expectations, not setting, hey, he has to do this, he has to do that. I just want him to be Dalton Kincaid and trust that I'll put him in a position to have success and he'll make the most of it.
And this is specific to James Cook, but from an overall running back level around the NFL, there seemed to, when Derrick Henry can change teams and Saquon Barkley can change teams, and there seems to be a perception that running backs are undervalued around the NFL. What's your thoughts on that when it comes to that?
Well, I think it's one, you have to define what value is, and value in every organization and every team, and I can't speak for them, might view certain position groups differently. Some teams might view a big, powerful left guard differently than some teams want the undersized guy that might be able to run wide zone. Some teams, view it as, hey, we need to invest everything in one wide receiver. Some like to spread it out. So it's like, I don't think there's any, set way, and every organization is a little different. We obviously value the running back room. You can see how much we utilized all three of those guys last year. It's extremely important to us for our success. And fortunately, we have a bunch of guys in this room that kind of embody that. And I'm excited to see them kind of roll this year. Thanks, guys.
Let's go. Let's go, folks. That was Joe Brady at the podium, and we ultimately ended up learning quite a few things. Let's go through some of the key talking points that we learned from our offensive coordinator. Now, do remember, this is typically coach speak. It's very rare that you find a coordinator or a coach that really tells you how it is, but I think we got some interesting tidbits out of this. So as we wait for the Bills to take the field and start getting some updates, let's unpack everything that Joe Brady said. However, first, I got to tell you, right now there's 240 of you rocking with me right now. 150 of you are currently watching me on YouTube. 75 of you are on X. I got to tell you, folks, I'm nosy. I'm interested to see where everybody is tuning in. We did a roll call earlier in the episode. Roll call in the chat and let me know where you are tuning in from, what team you're representing. Let's get it in, baby. And by the way, out of 148 of you watching on YouTube right now, only 65 like buttons have been hit. Guys, I want to remind everybody, I am consolidating every single piece of information that is coming out of training camp. So all of you do not need to play catch up at the end of the day and pull from a variety of different sources. My goal is to make sure that all of you are as informed as humanly possible when it comes into training camp, as if you were there in person watching it all. So if you appreciate that, all I ask is that you do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign right below this video, because the more like buttons that get smashed, the more people that we get to welcome into our live chat community and get to talk football and get excited about what is transpiring at St. John Fisher today. All right. So smash that like button for me, lock it in, and give me where you are tuning in from, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be shy. I am talking to all of you newbies that have potentially just discovered my show today. I am willing to guarantee there are a few of you. Jordan S. Calgary is in the building. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. What is going on? Winstead, Connecticut, chiming in. LA area, Bills, baby. Atlas, what's going on, my boy? Hope all is well. North of DC, go Bills, go Buckeyes. Have an Ohio State guy here. South Buffalo in the chat. Smash that like button. We have Olean, New York. Westchester, New York. Philadelphia is in the building. We have Brian Dean, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Bills year, baby. Cheektowaga, New York. The Bahamas. Jamal, what's going on? We got Tampa in the building. Justin Fields left practice injured, you said, Bills report. That is rough. That is rough. I cover the NFL, too, on TikTok and Instagram, so I am itching to make a TikTok right now. However, here we are. Montreal, go Bills. Marco, what is going on? Scotia, New York. What is good, Dan? Listening from Providence, Rhode Island, searching. Let's go Bills. Hector, I'm going to keep you as entertained as possible, my friend. I can promise you that. Guys, again, I'm consolidating every single piece of information that comes out of Bills camp today. Out of the 137 of you watching on YouTube right now, 150, excuse me, go on ahead, guys. Hit that like button right now so we can recruit this audience. I think we can get close to 400 people in this live chat today. Yesterday, we broke that record. Let's break the record today. Let's get to 500. As long as everyone does their role, we are at 98. Listen, man, we need about 27 more of you to lock in and make it happen. South Carolina, as of always, go Bills, and War Eagle. Allentown, Pennsylvania, go Bills. Lions, New York. Richmond, Virginia is in the chat. Elwood, what is going on, my friend? Subscribe, people. Dan is the man. Filthy, what is up, Dan? Bills Mafia, man. Greetings from San Antonio. Toronto is in the building, man. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what we learned from Joe Brady's press conference. And I got to tell you what, one of the biggest pieces, and I'm so glad that we're starting to veer away from the James Cook discussion, because that was haunting us all season long. It sounds like not only he reported, but he participated, but it sounds like dude is just all smiles. Talk about a young man that has the ability to compartmentalize business and football. It sounds like that there's no issue with his teammates whatsoever. He's happy to be there, and he is willing to move forward and play ball, although that we were a bit scared about his contract situation this previous offseason. Part of me, or maybe the conspiracy theorist in me, is thinking, so the Buffalo Bills are pretty tight on cash right now, and one of the only options for Buffalo to create cap space would be to extend James Cook. Now, obviously, I think a restructure for Deion Dawkins would get it done. Same thing with Dawson Knox, but do keep in mind an extension for James Cook would create cap. Maybe we will be seeing that within the next couple of days. I am not entirely sure. So that was a big update from the James Cook side of things. I also loved when Joe Brady, when he was asked, defensive coordinators are likely going to change up their plan to battle the Buffalo Bills offense. First off, good luck. All right. First off, good luck. But I loved how he said that you can't go into a season and run the exact same playbook and expect to have the same success. While he wants to focus on what Buffalo has historically done well, at the exact same time, he wants to make sure that he can add some interesting wrinkles into the offense. And he said something that was really interesting. He said, we have a brand new menu. And by brand new menu, he's talking about we have now personnel or some new personnel additions that can really take this thing to the next level. Adding Elijah Moore and adding Joshua Palmer, those are two specific skill sets that this wide receiver room did not have in 2024. So the possibilities are endless. I would like to maintain the scheme of what Joe Brady rolled out last year. But damn, now that we have speed on the outside and now that we have the true route running that Joshua Palmer is able to bring to the table, the sky is the limit. And next up, one offensive lineman that I believe that we forgot about because he was injured in training camp and did not see the field. I want to say he was injured week 2 of the preseason. Tylan Grable, folks. Tylan Grable. If we can continue to develop that young man and we have an incredible depth side of the offensive line, the sky is the limit. Don't be shy. Let me know if I missed anything or you had different takeaways than myself. Please sound off in the chat and let us know. As we're starting to see some of the players walk onto the field, there's Jimbo. There's Jimbo Cook ready for day 2 of practice. What will we see from the running back today? Again, I'm not going to put a massive conclusion on him because there's no pads, but what can he make in the passing game side of things? Jets starting quarterback carted to the locker room with an apparent leg injury. Okay. Unfortunately, folks, you were going to have to see some influencers in the wild right now because I need to make a TikTok, unfortunately. Smash that like button for me, and let's get into business right here. Let's get into business as we wait for some things. Hold up. Let me get a Justin Fields picture real fast. Folks, sometimes I just wish that I was able to clone myself. So that way I could have somebody just making all these little TikToks and stuff like that. But being carted off of the field, day 2 of practice, dude, Richie is probably in shambles right now. Ugh. Richie is probably in shambles. Folks, 285 of you are currently in the chat right now, 177 on YouTube. I'm going to need all 177 of you to smash that like button, all right? It is the way that can propel this stream out to the YouTube algorithm so more Bills fans can stay informed of exactly what is happening at practice today. I'm consolidating all of this information. If you appreciate that, hit that thumbs up sign for me because I want to welcome even more people into our live chat community. There's no reason why we can't be at 170 likes. That is for sure. And don't worry, folks. Y'all are about to witness Dan Mitchell do his TikTok thing. Let's see. And by the way, my TikTok is at Real Dan Mitchell in case you guys are into that kind of thing. I cover the entire NFL. I post way too many videos a day, sometimes about 7 or 8 a day, but here we go. Oh, man, I have to update the picture real fast. Let's see. Bang. There you go. folks. And so I really feel like the Jets are just cursed at this point, right? I feel like they have to be cursed. Damn, I feel bad for the Jets at this point. It's tough, man. It really is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am convinced that the New York Jets are cursed. In case you missed it, reports are coming out on day 2 of on-field practice for the New York Jets. Justin Fields has succumbed to an apparent leg injury and was carted off of the field. Now, this news was just broken by Adam Schefter at 8:35 in the morning, about 6 minutes ago. And I hate to see it. I really, really do. When it comes into Justin Fields, although that I have been critical about his ability to read deep. Okay, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to try and be a bit more empathetic here. Now, while a lot of people weren't as high on Justin Fields as being the successor or the brand new quarterback for the New York Jets, I did think that he would bring an interesting element into this offense that quite a lot of Jets fans were longing for the past couple of years. And that has to do with mobility. He's finally getting a quality offensive line. He was reunited with his wide receiver from college. And now Jets fans ultimately end up getting this news. So I'm not sure about you guys, but anytime that a cart is involved with any sort of injury report, that's typically a massive red flag. All we can do is just cross our fingers, hope for the best, hope this is nothing, and he'll be ready within the next couple of weeks, especially leading up to week 1. I hate breaking news like this, but that's the name of the game. And make sure you like and follow for more daily NFL content. All right, boys, look at that. Influencers in the wild. Influencers in the wild. Don't laugh at me. All right. The Jets are cursed. All right. All right. Jets QB Justin Fields carted off field at Jets training camp. Jets Justin Fields training camp. All right, folks. That'll do it. That will do it. Sucks for Justin Fields, man, but what can you do? 301 of you in here rocking with me right now, folks. I can tell you the easiest way to show a little bit of love as we go on or embark on our 3-hour stream today, I am going to be consolidating every single piece of information that comes in from Buffalo Bills camp, so you guys do not need to play catch up, and you are the first to be informed. If you can, guys, I have just double-checked. We have crossed our goal of 100 like buttons hit. In fact, currently we're at 128. We have to be at 180. We have to be at 180 right now. So for those of you watching that haven't hit that thumbs up sign, let's grow our community, because I for damn sure know that there's some Bills fans out there that are ready, indeed, to start learning a little bit about some Bills camp. We have some updates, ladies and gents. Let's take a look. We have Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady is getting wired up for Hard Knocks. The debut is Tuesday, August 5th. Mark your calendars, because I cannot wait to get an inside look into what exactly is going on with this culture and this team. We have the Bills linebackers Dorian Williams and Joe Andreessen. Hope that and this guy's last name kills me. It's the EU is the Ulofoshio. That's it. Can take a step in training camp. It's going to be pretty difficult, I think, for him to make the roster, but here we are. We have Benford had a big day of Bills training camp, locking up every pass catcher he faced, played physical as if he got something. Love to see that from Benford. He was one of the biggest names at camp day 1. Can he be a significant impact day 2, folks? Some reports are rolling out of camp. Man, I am excited. I am indeed excited. And shout out to my boy Jesse, who said hi to me earlier while I was in my TikTok grind real fast. I'm happy everyone's in here. I'm very happy everyone's in here, man. I really am. All right. And do any of you think that Diggs lost a step since he couldn't catch that puppy yesterday? I didn't see the clip. Was he throwing a puppy and he dropped a puppy on live television? That is terrible PR. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. So I don't think that Stephon Diggs is going to be the Stephon Diggs that he was 2 years ago, but I do think that he's going to be a solid addition to the Patriots wide receiver room. He is the best wide receiver on the Patriots roster. I'm not sure how much weight you want to put into that, but it's still something I feel like is fair that we can acknowledge. That puppy thought he was Mike Vick. Oh my God. Diabolical. JTL. We have NH06. Much love from Madagascar. Keep up the good work. Okay. I got to say, this has to be the most unique place in the world that I have heard or I have seen somebody tuning in from. Madagascar coming in, showing a little bit of love. Holy hell, man. I appreciate you. And hopefully we are going to be able to keep you entertained today. I could only imagine it's probably closer to the evening for you or late afternoon. Let's lock in and learn a little bit about what's happening in Buffalo Bills training camp, man. Teddy has come in. I'm thinking the new rivalry uniforms are going to be the Nickel City themed with the news of the silver helmet. Thoughts? So I would say that we did end up seeing a concept from this graphic designer on X right about a month ago. Very clean. I feel like all we can do is just speculate at this point, but I don't know. I'm hoping for it, man. I'm hoping for the best here. Let me post this last Fields video on Facebook. Bang. We are on the internet, folks. We are on the internet. Justin Fields carted off with a low leg injury. So I got to tell you what, that is at least somewhat encouraging. Let's hope that it's not a knee. Maybe worst case scenario, it might be like a low ankle sprain or a high ankle sprain. That sucks about a high ankle sprain, but it's, as far as the timetable, it is a hell of a lot better than what a potential knee injury could be. That is for sure. All right, we have some updates here from Alex Brasky, folks. Listen, every single beat reporter I show on screen, I highly recommend you go show them some love, follow them on X, and let them know that I sent you, okay? Because without them, we wouldn't know what's going on at camp today. And without the fans that are here, that are showing videos all over the place, we would have nothing to react to, ladies and gents. So go show them some love. Their names will be on the screen as we react to the news. Let's check it out. Alex Brasky, after Tylen Grable began Bills' day one of camp with the first-team offense, on day two, it is Ryan Vandemark at right tackle during the walkthrough install. I'm going to start dropping in some notes here. Practice notes. Let's go. So we have Ryan Vandemark running with ones. Tylen Grable ran with ones yesterday due to Spencer Brown pup situation. And then we have another one. Cole Bishop and Tre'Davious White begin day two of the Bills training camp with the first team defense during walkthrough install. Status quo. Folks, is that giving us a sign? Trey White and Cole Bishop are running with the ones once again. I feel like with Tre'Davious White running with the ones for 2 days in a row, at least at the beginning of practice, is just McDermott showing the world that if Max Hairston becomes CB2, he has earned it. He has earned it. Don't read too much of it. Don't read too much into it. I'm not going to crown Trey White as starting CB2 just yet, but that's such a McDermott move. It is such a damn McDermott move when you look at it. We have Trey White and Cole Bishop start day with the ones. Again, guys, shout out to all the beat reporters that are providing all this information for us, because what else will we have to react to at the beginning? So far, man, we just see James Cook walking into the practice field. It sounds like Buffalo is going through the walkthrough portion of practice. 7-on-7s, I could imagine, will begin in about 15, 20 minutes. Fasten your damn seatbelts. Let's lock in here. 205 of you are in here on YouTube. If you're just joining us, we are consolidating every single piece of information that is happening at Bills training camp right now to help you avoid having to play catch up at the end of the day or pull from a variety of different sources. Treat me like a radio station. Treat me like a show that you have on in the background as you go about your day-to-day responsibilities here, folks. Do me a favor. All right. Hit that thumbs up sign so we can get more Bills fans that are not lucky enough to be at Bills training camp in person to be well informed of exactly what is happening at practice today. Hit that thumbs up sign, folks. Let's get this well over 200. I believe that we can get this done. I know that we can, as a matter of fact. 145 of you have hit that thumbs up sign, and that means there's about 60 of you who haven't. All right, so do that for me, and let's increase this live show up to about 400 live viewers, 500, dare I say. Let's beat yesterday's record. What's up, Dan? What are you most excited for with Hard Knocks being at camp? I'm excited for the world to see the culture of the Buffalo Bills. I am looking forward to seeing Matt Milano say more than a sentence. I have never seen Matt Milano speak more than one sentence at a time. I'm not even convinced that I know what Matt Milano's voice sounds like. I know that sounds obscure, but it's been something that I've been thinking about for quite some time. I would like to see the personality of Matt Milano. He is the mystery man of this roster. Let me humanize this guy and let me see that he's not just a incredible football robot. I would like to see that. I also share the same desire as you as well. I would like the world to see our culture because I do believe that that's a big part of our success for the past couple of years. I don't know. Chat, sound off. Like, what are you excited about seeing at Hard Knocks? Jared raises a great question here. You got to earn it. You certainly do. What's up, Dan, from Ocala, Florida? Hunter, what's going on, man? Hope all is well, my friend. Ocala, okay? Bold to assume Milano will speak at all. I know. Listen, it's tough. It's tough. I'm just kind of hoping that we can get a tidbit or an Easter egg, first off, of what his voice sounds like in the first place. Like, last time we heard from him was 3 years ago on Twitter when he said he wasn't leaving and he was coming back to the Buffalo Bills. That is it. Will has come in. Hey, Dan, I'm a big fan. I watch your Reels/TikToks all the time. I'm interested to hear your take on the special team situation, as that has been a problem for us, especially in the playoffs. So I probably would put a lot of the blame on the former special teams coordinator. It's tough to assume that this new addition, although that he is very highly decorated, can improve it. So I do think that it's not a personnel issue. I do think that it was a coaching issue. Let's see what the new guy can do and give me a couple of weeks into the regular season before I end up giving you a conclusion. But I am optimistic. I do love this new special teams coordinator that came in. Like, his resume is very impressive, especially throughout the NFL. I want to say he was top 5 for a while. So based off of where our special teams finished last year in 2024, there's really only one way to go, and that's up. So my expectations are optimistic. Hit that like button, and we will hear Matt Milano speak. Look, so I feel like all of us are on the same page. What the hell does Matt Milano sound like? I just woke up, Dan. Surprised you were live. You went live a lot earlier. Listen, man, so it's that time of the year, and many of you might know that my normal stream time is at 10 a.m. EST. But during training camp, and this is once a year, I literally begin at 9 a.m. EST because that's when coaches hit the podium. That, of course, is when we start to hear about practice. What is going on at practice? Every single training camp, I go live for about 3 hours. I cover the entire practice so we can all learn together. So this is not particularly normal as far as my schedule, but it is just a special event. So guys, say that you are new here. I want to remind everybody that I am live twice a day on this channel. And I do my best to make sure that I get to understand what is going through Bills Mafia's mind at any given second. I like to engage with my audience. I am not the person that just speaks into the mic and ignores the live chat. I love understanding what you guys are feeling and thinking about this Buffalo Bills organization. I even typically have the Garage Beer Hotline where I typically allow callers to come in and tell me what is on their mind. That's on my normal show. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on this show since there's so much news happening. However, on the second show during this brief little series, we will be welcoming in callers so we can discuss like certain statements and certain questions, excuse me. So very exciting things here. All right, we have another update. Fielding kick returns off the jugs machine to begin practice. Elijah Moore, interesting. Ray Davis, Brandon Codrington, Ty Johnson, Frank Gore Jr., KJ Hamler, and Daquan Hardy, who I completely forgot was still on this team. We drafted him 2 years ago. And I want to say he was injured or he was released and he was brought back onto the practice squad, but those are our names of people that are currently fielding kick returns, folks. That is a low-key battle I feel like a lot of us are not discussing. Kick return drills of Elijah Moore, Ray Davis, Brandon Codrington, Ty Johnson, Frank Gore Jr., KJ Hamler, and Daquan Hardy. I think Brandon Codrington is probably the leader in this competition, at least until Laviska Shenault gets back, but we will see. Julian is coming saying, Dan, check on Richie. Justin Fields was just carted off. I did see that, and say that you want to see Richie's full reaction later today. We will be live on Fourth and Forever for the next couple of days, which is interesting. Poor Richie, man. He just can't catch a break when it comes into his New York Jets. Am I right? Hold up. Yeah, this one's going insane. Man, we have Jets fans freaking out. Man, I can tell you that. Yo, what's good, Dan? Huge Miami fan, but the claim TD made on how Buffalo doesn't have a wide receiver 1 is wild work. Khalil is a wide receiver 1. Keon is a solid wide receiver 2. And Elijah is a good wide receiver 3. Hope to split this year. Good games. Fins up. Fatboy 2.0. Listen, so there are 2 people on this earth, okay? And there is Tony Dow and there is TD Finstock. Last night was TD Finstock. He doesn't believe that. He does not believe that. As Josh Reed from Buffalo News 4 has posted a video of the reigning MVP starting to get warm, starting to get loose, man. How is he going to do in 7-on-7s? Who is he going to be targeting early and often in practice today? I think that's the question. Guys, 220 of you are in the chat right now. And, man, I appreciate you for setting aside some time today and using me as a consolidated news source for everything happening at camp. Guys, I'm going to ask you where it stands. 164 of you have hit the like button. However, there's 225 of you watching on YouTube. Okay, listen, I'm going to need there to be 225 like buttons hit right now. I want to propel this out to the YouTube algorithm and the Google gods, if you will, so we can get as many Bills fans in here as possible, because I assure you that there are some Bills fans out there that are working currently and are wondering what is happening at training camp. I want to be a source to each and every single one of them. So everybody on YouTube, hit that like button, man. Right now, let's pump this up to 225 like buttons. It takes less than a second. It's completely free. It's right below this video. Let's lock this in as we're starting to get updates coming out of camp. We have Lumberton, Texas. Let's go Bills. Tom, what's up, man? Hope all is well. Also from Buffalo, New York, y'all, it gets crazy when the Bills win the division. Dan, are there any updates on Spencer Brown, and do you think the Bills front office is going to be working on a solid extension for Pro Bowl center Connor McGovern? Jay, 2 great questions. Spencer Brown, from what I understand, it sounds like just a flare-up with his previous back injuries that he suffered with for the past couple of years. Last year, he stayed healthy, was wildly effective. I'm not so much concerned about it. A flare-up doesn't sound terrible. But my buddy Thigh Doctor, he thinks that there's issues when it comes into longevity, as into how we can actually hope that he can stay healthy all season. I don't share that same sentiment. However, that's the update. It's just a flare up with the back injury. And then Connor McGovern, man, he is actually due for a potential extension next offseason. So he's probably going to be at the top of the list. I think it all depends on how Cedric Van Pran Granger does once he is off of the PUP list or he is off of the injury list, and how the coaching staff believes he could potentially be for this team, right? So we're drafting people for a reason. And let's see. Okay, we have, let me see. Yesterday, Josh Allen and Josh Palmer spent a ton of time together getting on the page. And this is per Matt Beauvais. We all know Matt Beauvais. Getting on the same page. Today, Sean McDermott and Palmer have been chatting it up. It's clear the team has big plans for him. Okay. All right. All right, man. That's a big update. Joshua Palmer and Josh Allen were tied to the hip yesterday. Today, him and Sean McDermott have been talking. Sounds like Josh Palmer is going to be a big piece to the Bills offense in 2025. I'm just making notes for a little stream later today, folks. Don't mind me. Day 2, Josh Reed. Folks, welcome on in, man. 404 of you are rocking with me right now. 243 of you are on YouTube. 150 are on X. 8 are on Facebook. And one is on Twitch. One is on Twitch, folks. Shout out to the Twitch guy that's in here, okay? I appreciate that. Guys, say that you're watching on X or say that you're watching on Facebook and you want to be a part of a far more exciting live chat. I highly recommend that you come on over to YouTube. It's under the exact same name, Dan Mitchell. You will see the stream. It's the exact same stream. Please come over from YouTube. Excuse me. Please come over from Facebook right over to YouTube so we can introduce you to our live chat community that we have put so much effort into building. 232 of you are rocking with me right now in the chat. And so I'm going to check up this like button situation. 182, folks. Let's get this like button up to 220. 220 like buttons. Let's lock it in. I'm consolidating every single piece of information that comes out of camp today. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. All right, so we have guys not practicing today from the Bills Report who asked me to add him to the beat. Shout out to the Bills Report. We have Spencer Brown, we have Dawson Knox, and Laviska Shenault and Cedric Van Pran Granger, same guys that were not able to practice earlier today. All right, so we ended up seeing same injury report as yesterday. We have a video from Alex Brasky, Josh Allen, ready for work day 2. They're doing some running routes, and this is big right here. Is Josh Palmer going to be who Amari Cooper was supposed to be where we are? We have Rafael Perez is saying, I'm on Facebook, my boy. My boy, dude, listen, man, worst case scenario, say that you prefer to stay on Facebook. I totally get it. But say that you ever want to come on over to YouTube, man, you are going to like this live chat a hell of a lot better. I promise you that. Jay, fun question, Dan. Who do you think on the Bills will have the best touchdown celebration this season? The best one? So we're talking about an individual occurrence. Man, give me Trey White on a pick 6. Yes, I'm including DBs. That is a left field answer. I get it. But for some reason, I feel like Trey White on a pick 6, which I do think is going to happen this year, by the way. Hot take. Give me that, but say that it's a wide receiver or say that it's one of the pass catchers. I'd probably give it to Elijah Moore. So dude just has energy. Like, dude has energy, and I'm not going to put it past him. I'm really, really not. We have Josh Allen warming up prior to day 2, fielding kicks from the jugs machine. We've already seen that. Let's talk a little business. Is Elijah Moore looking good? This question is per Carly right here. From what I understand, Carly, he has lived up to the bill. He has lived up to the hype. Like, we all salivated over that practice video he dropped a couple of weeks ago. And I guess all of that is confirmed based off of his performance yesterday on 7-on-7s. He connected with Josh Allen on a touchdown pass. So let's just see what day 2 brings. Hunter Shepard, and do you think that the Bills would consider letting Edwards walk and re-signing McGovern to play guard next season with Granger at center? So do you think that Bills would consider letting Edwards walk and re-signing McGovern to play guard next season with Granger at center? So I feel like that would be a bit obscure, especially since McGovern did very well last year. I'm a big proponent of not fixing what's not broken. And do remember, like with Connor McGovern, he was technically playing out of position at the left guard role. Like, he was a center in college. And yes, I was a bit concerned last offseason because I said, look, he's only ever had 100 snaps at the center. How is he going to like work his way in and replace what Mitch Morse was? And like, he impressed me. So I don't particularly think that, say that we elect to bring back Connor McGovern, that would be the plan. say that we bring back Connor McGovern, then he's going to be the center. But say that we like what Cedric Van Prank Granger is bringing to the table, I could see us walking away from McGovern, and I could see us implementing Cedric Van Prank Granger. But that's only if, like, he really impresses. Like, he needs to be locked down, like not release a single pressure during preseason for that to even be in the cards. So he would need to have a really good performance in training camp this year and in preseason. And then he would also need to have a quality preseason run too. Bills wide receivers on day 2 with head coach Sean McDermott and Hard Knocks monitoring closely. Okay, good. We're likely going to see that episode 1. I'm feeling it right now. I am feeling it. I really have a good feeling about Moore. He will have his best season. That's per Carly. Carly, I appreciate you tuning in, but you already know that. You already know that. Ryan has come in. Dan, what do you think Deon Walker's role will be this season? So I think he's just going to be a depth piece for this team, man. Once Larry Ogunjobi comes back, I think that he falls to 3rd on the depth chart as far as what a one-tech defensive tackle should be. I don't think he's going to get a lot of meaningful reps. I think that he's going to be a player that is largely a healthy scratch in 2025. And granted, this is super soon, right? Like, we're talking day 2 of practice. So really all I'm going off of is my initial takes and my initial thoughts. But Walker to me screams a game-by-game healthy scratch for now. It's largely going to be the Daquan Jones show at one tech, and then once Ogunjobi comes back, I think that he'll probably be next in the depth chart. So, like, barring any significant injury, I don't think Deon Walker is going to be having much playing time this year. But again, I would be happy to be wrong. I think this year is going to be the best offense we have seen from Joe Brady. I mean, look, so we heard from him earlier today on his press conference, and I think that we can all be excited. So wide receivers day 2, have Hard Knocks paying attention in here. Somebody said Richie was crashing out on YouTube. Should we pop in with my boy Richie real fast? Should we pop in with my boy Richie? Guys, by the way, make sure that you like this video. And let's get up to 230 like buttons smashed. I am consolidating all of the news coming out of Bills Mafia right now. I am consolidating all of the news coming out of training camp. So you guys do not need to play catch up once you get off of work. I want to make sure you are one of the first to be informed of what happens at St. John Fisher today. So do me a favor, guys. Hit that thumbs up sign. Let's surpass 500 like buttons today. I think that we can do it. We did it yesterday, and let's surpass 500 live viewers. If everyone hits the like button right now, guys, out of all 260 of you, we could easily reach that goal. Let's grow this family of a bunch of like-minded Bills Mafia individuals. Again, I always take callers, especially during my normal streams. My goal is to keep all of you guys engaged. I am the only creator that engages with the live chat as much as I do in the Bills community, folks. All right, so lock on in. All right, Rich is going off. Let me see.
Let's hope it's a sprain. I am crossing my fingers and holding out hope that it's just a sprained ankle or something minor, because we are all thinking that it could be the worst case scenario, and I don't even want to mention that out into the universe of what it could be. You guys let me know your thoughts and prayers up to Justin Fields. Let's hope that it's just a minor injury as we wait to hear the update, but this is very...
He's doing a TikTok right now. He's doing a TikTok. Shout out Richie. Richie, I'm sorry about your quarterback, man. Sorry about your quarterback, brother. But we will lock that in. All right, folks. Listen, I could imagine. So I could imagine right now. What the hell's going on? There you go. That the Bills are likely going to be starting 7-on-7s here momentarily, and we should be getting some sort of update here. But let's see what's going on. Dan, and do you think McDermott is going to, or should he play his main starters against the Giants in the first preseason game? So I feel like that would be out of character for Sean McDermott. I'm really not going to assume we're going to see some starters. Maybe Elijah Moore, maybe Joshua Palmer, maybe some of the free agency additions that are going to be starters, just so they can get some reps and learn some of the simplicities or the basics of Joe Brady's playbook. But so as far as veteran starters, no, I don't think so, man. We'll probably see starters week 3, and that'll likely be for a drive. Smitty, Dan, woke up late today. Is there anything important that I have missed? So with Fields ended up getting carted off the field at the New York Jets training camp. As far as the Bills side of things, nothing in particular. All right, Bills report. Elijah Moore is definitely the quickest guy in the wide receiver room. He looks good. Bills report, I'm assuming he is live at practice. Shout out to him, and I'm glad that I was able to add him to the beat. Bills wide receiver on day 2. So again, guys, I am very optimistic in Elijah Moore, as many of you know. Let's continue this. 229 of you rocking with me right now, folks. Do me a favor. Lock on in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so. Bang, bang. All right. Question. Why am I not hearing much about Curtis Samuel? So I'd hold on to hope that we might be able to get some update today. I didn't hear anything about whether or not that he was running with the 1s or the 2s yesterday. I did not hear about any specific play that made him stand out. However, from what I understand, he's healthy. And last year he was not. He was dealing with a turf toe for about halfway through the season. Plus, you can tell based off of how Joe Brady was utilizing him last year. Like y'all heard yesterday where I said that Curtis Samuel was typically just used behind the line of scrimmage in wide receiver screens, right? So that is a mismatch on how you utilize a player like that, especially with his speed, his separation. So I got to say that Joe Brady was doing that on purpose, and that was intentional. So I'm hoping that Curtis Samuel can actually live up to his expectations because, guys, like, we're stuck with him, like, right now. Like, we signed him to a pretty big 3-year contract, and us releasing him would, quite frankly, just be a terrible move as far as financially speaking. But let's see. Honestly, my only expectation for Elijah Moore is him being Isaiah McKenzie on crack, LOL. So I don't think that Elijah Moore is going to be used as a gadget guy. I really think that he is going to be utilized out as the X, specifically on like certain scenarios. Like Brady has come out and he has said that he doesn't want to commit to one player always being the X, always being the Y, or always being the Z. He likes to rotate it, and we saw that last year on film. As long as he can be like a vertical guy for us, right? A speedster, somebody that can efficiently execute dig routes. His cuts right into the breaks are insane with his route running. Has quick feet, has the whole 9. So I'm hoping for the best, Smitty. And shout out Smitty, man, intern over at Roundtable Sports, man. He does a great job over there. He runs the Bills Roundtable TikTok account. And damn, he's doing well, man. He's growing that thing. I'm very proud of him. QB already hurt. That would be Fields from the New York Jets. Bills group of linebackers working through individual drills on day 2 of training camp. Matt Milano has looked really good early on. Who was looking for a Matt Milano update? Per Alex Brasky, Matt Milano's been looking good, fools. Matt Milano has been looking good in practice, all right? Now we just need to know what his voice sounds like. Who here has ever heard Matt Milano speak? Exactly. Nobody has. Hard Knocks exposed that, for the love of God. Matt Milano has been looking good in practice. I like that. Matty Milano, man. He's doing his thing. That is quite an update, folks. We should be starting 7-on-7s here soon. An hour and 15 minutes we have been live on this channel already, man. Thank you for rocking with me. 245 people watching live this early in the morning. I can already tell you that I know that Bills football is pulsing through your veins, and I can appreciate that. 215 of you have hit the like button, guys. Do me a favor. Let's get this up to 250. I genuinely believe that we can. And you know what? It's been a while since we've done that. Don't be shy. Roll call in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from, folks, if you have already participated in the roll call. You don't need to do it, but say that you want to do it again, feel free. I want to see how far Bills Mafia is extended right now. Hit that thumbs up sign, and while you're at it, shout yourself out in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from, man, okay? How far is Bills Mafia? How far is Bills Mafia extended? Where is everybody tuning in from? Man, I feel it in my veins right now, man. Spam the chat where you are from, folks. Let me know. I'm still absolutely enamored with the fact that Matt Milano has been playing a little better. Man, I like that. We have Chris Blair has come into the chat. Go Bills, currently in Olean, New York, at work. North Buffalo Gang. That's what I'm talking about. Nassau County, Long Island, New York. Jay, that's my guy. He's asking about the Fields injury. I don't know. Haven't heard much about it. Will Charlotte, North Carolina is in the chat, man, already. We got Wyoming in the chat. We got Atlanta, Erie, Pennsylvania, Wyoming. Don't be shy, folks. Listen, I know a lot of you are just utilizing me as a radio station and you're lurking, and that's completely fine. But let me know where you're tuning in from. We have Jason Caff, Orlando. It's my boy, dude. It's my boy. I like that. I like that. Dude, we are strong in Wyoming, man. Like, you are like the 7th person in Wyoming that tunes into the show. Man, I appreciate that. York, New York. We have Mass Dolphins fan, Arthur Hill. What is up, Arthur? South Buffalo, Wyoming, Key Largo, Florida. Beautiful place, Sammy. I am envious. Ohio, Brighton, New York. Fields carted off of the field. No update. I know, Glenn. We just tapped in with Richie. He seems to be a little upset. Indiana in the chat. Salt Lake City, Utah. That's an awesome ass town. I am also envious there. Northern Virginia, Walter R. Syracuse, New York. Go Bills. Joey Gonzalez, California. Do not be shy, folks. Keep on keeping on. Where are you tuning in from? South Buffalo representing. Since all these FS1 guys and gals, Joy Taylor got fired, I hope Nick Wright gets fired. Man, he's the face. He is the face of FS1. He's not getting fired. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much, man. We have New Fane, New York, Greenville, South Carolina, Wyoming, Fresh Air, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is in the chat, Long Island, New York, Glendale, Arizona, Warsaw, New York, John Sard. That's what I'm talking about. Grand Island, New York. Our defense needs to step up if we get Kansas City again. Never been a points problem. It's been a defense problem. Keep some depth and constant rotation on the pass rush at all. So I got to tell you, Rizzo, you and I are on the exact same page, man. What has been haunting the Bills in the playoffs is a significant drop-off in talent from first string to second string. I do know that the front office has at least appeared to address the issue in free agency and in the draft. Let's see if it works out. And you know what? I would not be upset either. If, for example, we were like actually healthy and going into the season. I think all of us are on the same page here. Can't wait to shut Nick Wright up. Omaha, Nebraska is in the chat, man. Omaha, keep on keeping on, folks. Let's talk about that. Semper Fi, Mike Green. Mike Green, we appreciate your service, man. We appreciate your service here. Matt M., I bet he sounds like Al Capone. Go Bills. Someone explain to me what Matt Milano sounds like, man. I have not heard that man utter a single word. So Louisiana, where it's too hot right now, Dan Carlos, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I am in the panhandle of Florida, and it is terrible out here. It's like 95, 96 for the past couple of days. Real feels like hundreds. It's funny because people like down south, like once you end up getting below mid Georgia, like we don't even go outside, bro. From June to August, like your boy is inside. I don't go out unless it's in the morning or late into the evening. I'm good on all that, man. I am good on all that. Josh Clark, there are some mic'd up episodes that Milano says few words. All right, listen. I feel like I'm going to have to like really study those damn things. New England, unfortunately. I honestly believe that this defensive line will be the best we've had in years. I know the attention is on the free agent additions, but I think people are sleeping on Javon Solomon. Elijah. Oh, my God, man. People are just damn hyped about Elijah Moore right here. Shout out to Alex Brasky for the video update. Again, guys, every single beat reporter or person that I have featured on this list, go give them a follow on X. Of course, let them know that we sent you over here, right? because without them, we wouldn't be able to have anything to react to all day. And I would not be able to bring the news to you, right? As you were sitting at work wondering what the hell is going on at practice, man. Damn, Elijah Moore, dude. Look at that. It's the speed, man. Like, he's jogging, bro. Like, he jogs faster than I'd say 90% of us run. I look at that. Like, that's 50% speed, ladies and gentlemen. That is 50% speed right there. Moore reminds me of another Shakir. Wouldn't that be nice? We have Rochester, New York. Great to have the Bills back in town. MH, are you planning on going/attending? I'm like my guy that commented about Nick Wright. I don't have beef anymore either. Look at that, man. How you doing? Oh, Dan, you don't know heat if you think 95 is hot. It's 105 plus average here, and it doesn't even feel hot. Twitchy, remind me, you're in Arizona, right? Okay. All right. All right, dude. All right. All right. So it's a different kind of heat over there, though. Like, say that, like, we can sort of have that argument of, like, what's worse, like humid heat or dry heat. I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see what's going on. Me and Elijah Moore are going to be a top 10 wide receiver duo this year. Khalil, why aren't you working, my friend? Why isn't Khalil working on the sideline right now? Khalil, get to work, my boy. Get to work right now, my boy. All right? Impress me today out on the field. Dude, listen, shout out to Khalil Shakir. You know? He's rocking with us in the chat all the time. I love it. And humid heat is the worst ever. Dude, it's hard to breathe once you're out there. It's the humidity that makes it out, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. And so that's like the stereotypical white guy saying, it's the humidity that'll kill you, buddy. I saw some TikTok or whatever. So showing like what like the stereotypical white guy does. It's the humidity that'll kill you, buddy. And then what else? So when you're walking by somebody you don't know or like you kind of know and like you give them the face, like, it's true. And so I'm self-aware. So let's go scoop prods. We have Joey gets it's the white guy dad. You're right. You're right. That's exactly what it is, Mr. Dan. And did you love the words Bosa said about his teammates and time in Buffalo so far? I did hear that he has adopted a geese family. He likes Orchard Park, how that looks like. And then that is it. Bills camp day 2. Summer is over. Have Deion Dawkins. He's doing some of his things right over here. Your daily dose of Josh Allen to Elijah Moore. Folks, I can imagine that we'll be getting updates from 7-on-7s here momentarily. We have 297 of you in the chat already, man. Guys, do me a favor. If you are just coming in, I am consolidating every single piece of information that comes out of camp, thanks to our good friends that are beat reporters and people that are in the stands right now. So I can keep you informed as the information comes out. I want to help you avoid having to play catch up later in the day or pull from a million different sources. I'd rather just give you the information as it breaks across my screen. So say, for example, that you are appreciating that. All I ask is that you hit that free thumbs up sign. It takes less than a second, and it's going to help recruit more of our loving family in this live chat. I would love to break 500 live viewers at one point, and how we can do that is if everyone pulls their weight. Just takes less than a second, hits that thumbs up sign, man. I appreciate everyone that has done it. Oh, it's a hot one today. You already know. Dan, Elijah Moore, and Josh Palmer and Shakir will all have a hell of a year. I hope so. Is there any word on Dawson Knox? He's still on the non-football injury list. From what I understand, it's just a hamstring. Wonder when he's coming back. All right, hey, let's go. All right. Shout out this. Near the start of 7-on-7s, Josh Allen finds Curtis Samuel over the middle for an immediate gain. Great grab by Samuel, went up high and behind him to make an acrobatic play. Hey, where is our damn Curtis Samuel believers in here, folks? Guys, spam Kurt in the chat right now. Spam Kurt in the chat. Listen, I am very sorry that I'm freaking out over Curtis Samuel, but y'all know that I'm the president of the Curtis Samuel Believer Club. And yes, my club is very small, but I am recruiting. Hamlin, nice pass breakup in 7-on-7s. Josh looking for, and then Hamlin made a play today. Hamlin had a pass breakup. Shout out to Mar Hamlin. Dude, the haters are in shambles that Damar Hamlin made a play. All right, guys, dude, spam Kurt in the chat, man. Listen, dude, president of the Curtis Samuel Believers Club. I am recruiting a VP. Let me know. I've been a Curtis Samuel fan since his college days. Oh my God, what can you do? Oh, all right, come on, baby. Let's go. Dad Brown just came in. Josh hits Palmer on a 15-yard in-breaker. Nice route, but he jiggled, the catch before pulling it in. Next snap is deep ball to Keon down the sidelines against Max. Max was with him the whole way, and the pass was a couple of yards overthrown. That's a lot to unpack right there, folks. All right. So, had a pass to Palmer, 15-yard in-breaker. He jumbled the ball a little bit, but he did pull it in. Okay, listen, sometimes Josh Allen's balls are a bit to adjust to. Okay, pause, don't clip that, for the love of God. I love that. That makes me happy. That makes Dan Mitchell exceptionally happy, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to put that right here on formatting. Let's talk about that. Clipped. Jimbo said clipped. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, let's keep on going. Guys, so far 7-on-7s. Curtis Samuel made a play. All right. An acrobatic play. All right. Love that. We've been needing some Curtis Samuel action right here. Palmer made a play. All right. Again, he needs to adjust to Josh Allen's balls. Don't we all? All right. And then next up, Max Hairston. He continues to make Keon Coleman have a hard day. All right. Although that it was an overthrow by Josh, very encouraging that Maxwell Hairston stayed side by side with Keon, although that we are talking the difference between a 4-2 and a 4-6. So that I'm okay. We have Like a Bantha said, clip that. Josh Allen has solid, beautiful balls. Yes. Josh Allen has some beautiful balls. All right. Statement, JA17 needs to be bubble wrapped. Prayers to Fields that it's not that serious. Go Bills. What's encouraging is that it sounds like it's a lower leg injury. So worst case scenario, it could be a high ankle sprain or it could be a low ankle sprain. A high ankle sprain is a fickle bitch, as we know. However, it's not missing the season bad, right? So we shall see. We'll talk to some people about this. Josh Palmer is going to surprise some people. Another catch for Samuel, stretching out to make a catch on the right hash. Intermediate gain. Samuel has been featured early. Team now in 11-on-11s. Guys, Samuel is cooking. What is the other thing that Brasky ended up telling us? An intermediate gain. Samuel has been featured early. He's been going to early and often. Guys, stand out so far. Curtis Samuel. As you know, I'm a big believer in my boy Curtis, has been balling. Next up, we have rookie tight end Jackson Hawes is getting some run with the Bills' first-team offense to begin training camp. He and Josh Allen failed to connect on a short throw, but notable, he's getting first-team reps. Hawes is getting first team. I wouldn't read too much into that, folks. It's because Dawson Knox is, of course, on the PUP list. That's the only reason. Let me see. So we have all of this right now. Curtis Samuel's been balling. That was not red zone. We saw exclusively yesterday. Josh Allen looks for Curtis Samuel on the right, but Damar Hamlin comes bursting forward to break up the pass. Hamlin out here doing his thing. Okay, Hamlin made a play. 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s begin. 11-on-11 begins. To start 7-on-7s, Allen hit him over the middle. then makes a nice catch a few plays later. Okay. Dude, I am ready. I was the one who originally asked how Samuel was doing. Jay, you spoke it into existence, and we can all thank you for this. 320 of you are in the chat, folks. If you are just joining, I'm consolidating every single piece of information that comes out of Bill's training camp so you can remain informed. I am helping you not have to play catch up at the end of the day or pull from a variety of different sources. I am letting you know what's happening as it crosses my screen. If you appreciate that, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign, and let's continue to build this family. All right, let's continue to build this family. If there is 320 of you watching, I could only assume that there is 320 like buttons hit. That is not the case. There is 249. Let's get this up to 320. Every person watching this, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign. Let's grow this community at an all-time high. Question for you, Dan. Who do you think is an underrated player on both sides of the ball for the Bills this season? Hornet Titan, fantastic question. Ray Davis, RB2. Several people were so obsessed with the fact that James Cook could potentially not be on the roster that they didn't think that Ray Davis could step in. Very underrated. Very good running back. He's going to get more reps this season, and he's going to prove to all of you that he is more than capable of eventually being an RB1. And then number 2, and this is probably going to piss off a lot of people because this player is very polarizing, Hamlin. He is not elite by any stretch of the imagination, but he's nowhere near as bad as people like to pretend that he is. He's quality. He's quality. He's above average is where I'm at. He's just underrated based off of how everyone says that he sucks. That's not the case. He is actually very serviceable. Let's go. I am from work. Toe injury for Justin Fields. Okay, so it's a toe injury. Not bad. Mike White to KJ Hamler ran away from Max Hairston in coverage while hit Hamler in stride. White hit Hamler in stride. Mike White is the second quarterback in team drills today. Just found Elijah Moore for a nice gain. Guys, Mike White, potentially QB2. I don't know. Mike White making plays at camp. Is Mitchie Biscuits' job in jeopardy? Look at that, folks. I'm sitting here planning my second stream while I'm on this stream right now, man. Don't ever tell me I am not efficient with my time. During 11 on 11's Mike White, we already saw that. AJ Epinesa just punched Hawes in the face after a play. Wow. Okay, that's a big development. And with the absolutely nothing more happened after it, no scrum, no anything. Both guys just walked away, and AJ went down on top of Dion after Dion lost his footing during a run play. Not sure why there is any anger in here. Okay, so we have AJ Epinesa punched Jackson Hawes in the face. Okay. All right. Hey, folks, listen. Some guys, it's football. Some adrenaline's running. And we have my boy Epinesa. He's throwing hands out there. What's going on with AJ Epinesa? On the first play of teamwork today, Dorian Williams came up limping after a play in which he was trailing tight end Jackson Hawes in coverage. Williams left practice with the trainer and has not returned. We have a first injury of the day, folks. Dorian Williams came up limping after a play and escorted off of field with trainer and has not returned. Okay, folks, we have our first injury update right now. Dorian Williams, linebacker, has been carted off the field. Mike White just did a really nice job to roll out left, got his shoulders squared, and fired a dart downfield to KJ Hamler. We've talked a bit about the backup quarterback spot and some competition between White and Trubisky. Will be interesting to watch it play out preseason. Look, we would save quite a bit of money. If we decided to go with Mike White rather than Mitchell Trubisky. Always remember that. Dorian Williams, who sustained an apparent injury early during team drills, has not returned after exiting with a trainer. Something to monitor regarding the Bills linebacker and leading tackler from the season ago. Mike White is looking good so far. There is a real quarterback to competition. on the field, play on the first play of the team. Got it. Never mind. That is the Dorian Williams situation. Mike White, second quarterback, day 2 during 11 on 11s. Okay. Here we are, man. He is awful. He is indeed awful. Mike White got closer to beating us in a significant game than that ever has. For sure. For sure. Dan, the Mafia man. What's good, bruh? What's good, Beth? Hope all is well. 325 of you rocking with me right now, man. That's crazy. That is insane, man. Yesterday we had 400 live viewers. Can we beat that today? I'm going to tell you how we do it. All right. There is 263 like buttons hit. How we ultimately end up growing this live chat community is quite simply if everybody does their part, because we all know that we have the best community in Bills YouTube. Bar none. Bar none. All right. So do me a favor. If you're currently watching and you are enjoying me consolidating all of this information for you, just do me a favor and hit the like button. I'm not even asking you to subscribe. Say that you want to do it. Go ahead. All I ask is that like button. It takes less than a second. Let's build this community, man. I want to make sure that all of us are having a good conversation. I meant at the end of Tua, I'm glad that the Bills extended Benford a lot earlier before the Chiefs extended McDuffie. I'm surprised Kansas City has taken very long to extend McDuffie. They do not have a very appealing financial situation. You are a good dude, Dano. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. You are a good dude, my friend. You are a good dude, man. I appreciate you coming in. All right, so it appears that we have a backup quarterback competition. Landon Jackson, hey, what's Landon all about? Who participated solely in individual work on day 1 of the Bills camp, is now on the field for team drills. Jackson was placed on the PUP when rookies reported to Rochester, but was quickly removed from the list. So a Landon Jackson sighting, folks. Can he make any plays out there? Thank God the PUP list was not something to be concerned of. Andy, them cows taste great, but I moved away for a reason. So beef is not for dinner. Okay, got it. I drove by St. John Fisher on my way to work today, and it is great seeing all the red, white, and blue out there. Man, dude, listen, I am living vicariously through everybody or anybody that is at training camp. Fun fact, I have never been to a training camp before. I did try to make it happen this offseason, but I could not make it work from a schedule perspective. Hopefully next year. Can we get a happy birthday, Smiley 716? Spam in the chat. Happy birthday, Smiley. Happy birthday, Smiley, folks. Wish him a happy birthday, chat. If the Chiefs don't have enough money for McDuffie, that would be nice. That would weaken their defense. It's a tough defense out there, man. It's a tough defense out there. Landon Jackson is on the field. Matt Milano did a really nice job a little while ago to diagnose and cut off a run lane on a power snap. What did I tell you about Milano? Look at that, man. It is the day of redemption for players that Bills fans that maybe perhaps have given up on. Matt Milano did a really nice job, and this is per Sal Capaccio, by the way. We all know Sal. Did a really nice job a little while ago to diagnose and cut off a run lane on a power sweep. There's no tackling right now, so Ty Johnson still got through, but Milano would have had a possible tackle for loss. Matt Milano's out there doing Matt Milano things, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Milano is doing Matt Milano things. Would have had a tackle for loss. He's back, baby. He's back. Listen, Matt Milano has quite a bit to prove this year. Not so much for the Buffalo Bills, but for what team is going to sign him next year for a contract. This is his audition, and him being on an audition only benefits the Buffalo Bills. Jay, McDuffie is a very good blitzer too. McDuffie is a great player. Dan, since I came in late, can you please give an injury report, please? You had just announced Fields was carted off, and I miss you. It's not us. It's the Jets. It's Justin Fields, their starting quarterback, was carted off of the field. From what I understand, based off of what I'm seeing from the chat, it sounds like it was a toe injury rather than any sort of like lower leg, etc. As far as the Buffalo Bills, same people as yesterday, and then now Dorian Williams was also escorted off of the field with trainers. So we're going to be keeping that up. Okay. This is per Banged Up Bills. Dorian Williams came into camp dinged up wearing a hinged elbow brace and hinged knee brace, both on the left side. He's had injuries to these areas during the 2024 season. Jay Skursky is reported he was trailing tight end Jackson Hawes before coming up limping. Could be a new injury. So it could be new, man. Williams out here just struggling. Landon Jackson is on the field. Okay. All right. Bang, 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 bang. We need L. Jackson plays. I would love to see it, guys, but again, so there is no pads on, so it's very difficult to ascertain what we're going to be seeing from these offensive line and defensive line players. Excuse me. I agree. I need to see Landon. Edge rusher Paris Shand. Okay, folks, we have a Madden-generated player update. Paris Shand has seen some work with the Bills' first-team defense during training camp. Just had a nice free rush on Josh Allen. Would have been a sack. Stand in an undrafted rookie. Shand is an undrafted rookie. Dude, look at that. Paris Shand. So I'll be completely honest with you, folks. This is the first time I have ever heard that name. Okay? Or read that name, what have you. But still, hey, listen. If dude is potentially making plays with the ones against Josh Allen, give me a break, fool. I am thrilled. Let me see. Curtis Samuel. Sorry, guys. I am just thinking out loud as I'm prepping for some TikTok graphics once this stream is all said and done. I have to take some screenshots for my green screen effects on how I walk you guys through how practice went today. Who else was a big dude for us? We had Curtis Samuel was balling. I'll figure it out. Dorian Williams. That's the guy. There he is. Hi, go Bills. Kenneth, what's going on, man? God bless Bo Nix. We have Bo Nix in the chat. Undrafted free agents have more to prove and tend to play harder at camp to earn a spot. Absolutely. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, lots of looks for Cole Bishop in the post and Taylor Rapp as the down safety. Whenever the Bills ones have played single high, both cover 1 and cover 3. A lot of looks for Cole Bishop in the post. All right, so it sounds like that he's being targeted early and often. Here's the question. How exactly is Cole Bishop performing? Is he locking it in? I mean, we'll see. Noob is saying, who's going to be the camp sweetheart that ends up getting cut this year? I don't know. Maybe it is it's Paris Shand, perhaps. I think the Bills wanted McDuffie originally, but he got swiped just before. I still believe that. Is Paris Shand the Buffalo Joe of this camp? I feel like that there is each and every single time. What's that thing about Curtis Samuel? He's been a stud, dude. He's been a stud today. He's been doing very, very well. He has been exceptionally good. Michael, you are correct. We did want Trent, but KC got him first. And then that is what Brandon Beane typically never does, which was very unfortunate, where we ultimately ended up having to deal with that. Okay. So it appears Joey Bosa's rep management plan began on day 2 of Bills camp. He practiced in full on day 1, including team drills, but was not out there with the team to begin team drills on day 2. So it sounds like runs with the ones. Sounds like that Joey Bosa has been, was on a pitch count today. Joey Bosa was on a pitch count, so that's something. And that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing at all. Man, Dan, you've been going on for long. Get something to eat. Nah, man. Dude, not until practice is over with. That's when we're all done with this damn stream, man. I owe it to you people. I owe it to you. I'm Ari. I am very impressed with how great this chat is every time. You guys are seriously awesome, and I want to thank you for accepting me. I know I'm a fan of a rival, but we seem to have a wholesome rivalry. Shout out to King Jamie the Mad. He is a Chiefs fan that always comes in here and shows me a little bit of love. That is just absolutely insane. Folks, where it stands right now, I think that we're dangerously approaching our 300 like button goal. There's 316 of you, 320 of you in the chat right now. Hit that thumbs up sign for me. I'm going to continue consolidating all of the information that comes out of training camp today. And we want to grow this community to unreasonable heights. So make sure you hit that like button for me. Share it with your friends too. Like, say, for example, that you were ever in conversation about the Buffalo Bills. Say, hey, have you ever heard of that Dan Mitchell fool? I mean, he's okay, but I say that he does a decent job. Yeah, man. Just, and just mention a brother's name. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that. Appreciate it, Dan. No problem. We love you, King Jamie, regardless of where your allegiances lay. We have Andy Johnson. You're just cool and respectful, King Jamie. That's the reason we are cool with you. Good people are good people. We have Run It Back, who is a Broncos fan, by the way. I hate you, King Jamie. How dare you keep my Broncos down? I'm kidding. No problem, King Jamie. Dude, we love King Jamie in here, man. We love King Jamie in here. You know what I mean? Yeah, he does his thing. He does his thing, and I appreciate that. Bills beat is coming. Fields appears to be okay. Jets crisis averted. Huge sigh of relief in Florham Park. A player stepped on Fields' toe, and the Jets should be fine. That is good. Dude, listen, that's good. I do not want to wish an injury on anybody. I hate when fans do that. I'm glad that Fields is back. I'm glad that he's feeling okay. That's kind of my whole thought process on the situation. So it appears Joey Bosa's rep management plan. Okay, we already got that. Fields appears to be all right, folks. False alarm. He is good. He was carted off for a toe. I know, right? Soft ass. I'm just kidding. All right. Urban Outdoors. We are fans of different teams, but we are all fans of football. Speaking of injuries, can we just bubble wrap Bosa and roll him out in the playoffs? So I got to tell you what, DW, what's encouraging is that it sounds like Buffalo is being very cautious with him. Like one report that just came out said that Buffalo clearly has him on a pitch count. So that's ideal. Josh Allen signs an autograph for owner Terry Pagula during training camp practice. Very often when Tre'Davious White subs out and Max Hairston comes in, I see the two make sure they find each other and give a low five or exchange a word or two as they pass by. This is per Sal Capaccio, and this is good. Is Trey White serving as the mentor role for the young CB2? We've heard some teases of this potential relationship. I am just thrilled that it's actually something we are seeing manifest. Hamper, I listen every morning, Dan. I love the show. Hamper and Tide Gaming, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate your continued support, man. I really, really do. I have been doing this full time for about 2 to 3 years now, and it's still mind-blowing that I have a bunch of friends that always tune in and listen to me talk about football, man. It's certainly a blessing. Can Michael Hoyt and Larry Ogunjobi still practice even with their beginning of the season suspensions? Yes, they are currently practicing, as a matter of fact. Their suspensions only begin at week 1. So they are getting their reps. Dan, what happened with Dorian Williams? So he came up limping. It sounds like that he had a sleeve on his left arm and left leg, but he was limping on his right. He was escorted off the field with trainers. So it sounds like it's a new injury. He has not returned. We're still waiting to hear something. I've got to split my friends, and the county fair is today, and I'm going to go see what the 4-H club has going on. Farmers. See ya in the next one, Dan. Great show as usual. King Jamie, you're the man, and I appreciate your continued support. And do you think the depth of our linebackers will be a problem again this year? Luckily we run nickel, so we only ever have 2 linebackers out there 90% of the time anyway. So I think Joe Andreessen is good enough to step up for that role going into year 2. As far as Dorian Williams, I'm not sure if I'm going to think that it's something too serious, but we'll see. Hey, hold up. Josh Allen to Keon Coleman, wide open over the middle of the field for a nice gain. Crowd cheers. Rough day for Coleman day one. Looking to rebound on day two. Coleman, baby. Let's go. Spam Keon in the chat. Spam Keon in the chat. Bounce back day. Connects with Josh Allen. Come on, baby. Wide open in middle of field. Spam Keon in the chat, man. Listen, look, we got to give that man some support, okay? We got to give that man some support, dude. I'm ready for Keon Coleman to go crazy. Coleman's cone drill is all I need to see. Wide receiver number 3. Oh, man, there's nothing Keon can do to get on Juba's good side, ladies and gents. I hope he can prove you wrong. Keon legacy season is incoming. Rather have Dorian than Joe. Bounce back, Keon, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Have Neon Keon. Interesting. All right, first 11-on-11 play in this session, and Josh Allen fires a bullet to Keon Coleman about 25 yards downfield, crossing over the middle. Give me the dig routes, ladies and gentlemen. I like it. Second play, and the protection breakdown, and Michael Hoyt gets to Allen in a hurry off of the left edge. Damn, I am going to miss Michael Hoyt for the first 6 games of the season. Michael Hoyt creates pressure. Damn, we're going to miss him. Creates pressure on Josh Allen. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. I changed my YouTube picture to one I took with the Palmetto Bowl, which we beat Clemson. Look at that, dude. Look at that. So the rivalry of the Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers is college football history. Wait, he created separation wide open. I am just as shocked as you, Ray. But you know what? I am happy. Can the season come already? I am excited as hell. I just shouted out Michael Hoyt. Actually, I like that he and Ogunjobi won't make an appearance until week 8. I know. Wouldn't that be ideal? Keon for 1K yards. Josh, the Keon connection will be special. We love Shaq Thompson, or we have Shaq Thompson if Dorian is out. And despite the fact that Shaq Thompson is old, he's still got it. He's still serviceable. He's a good depth piece. I feel a hell of a lot better. It's Keon's second year in the NFL, not even close to legacy season. A lot of people calling for Spencer Brown's head in his second season. Look at him now. Absolutely. No, listen, that is absolutely true. So is there concern for the defense right now? No, not at all, man. I wouldn't say. Circling back on my earlier tweet, lots of work on the mid-range game today. Curtis Samuel with another catch in the area. So Curtis been balling, dude. Curtis has been looked for. He's been executing. He's been doing his thing. I love that. This right here makes the Trey White signing mean so much more. He's such a good tool for these young kids to listen to and learn from. Shakir, nice work. Finally, a Shakir update. Shakir, nice work to get open against Benford. Offense is just peppering D with intermediate completions. Mostly Josh, but Mitch and White too. Bills offense is really focusing on the intermediate game today. Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman. Bang. Football's here, baby. All right, come on. All right. We have an update from Brasky right here, folks. He's saying, team drills have moved out of the red zone on day 2 of training camp, and the offense has started to find its rhythm. Josh Allen finding a number of targets in the intermediate area, including Khalil Shakir, who just had a nice reception against Christian Benford and turned it into yards after the catch. Bills offense has moved out of the red zone, and they're really starting to gel. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. I think the NFL on CBS are going to announce their announcer teams for the first 3 weeks of the games they have had on their network for the first 3 weeks of the NFL season. I like it, dude. Do you think Brady and Allen should utilize Keon more in the middle of the field? I just want to see him in the red zone specifically, but sure, listen, So as long as he gives some sort of contribution, I'm happy. Bills are going to be the team that's featured more on CBS. Next Thursday is the Hall of Fame game. I can smell football is in the air. Just 7 days away, folks. That's because the Bills are the world's team, not just America's team. What happened with Bosa? Did he go to the 49s? No, he is a Buffalo Bill. He is a Buffalo Bill. Joey Bosa is a Buffalo Bill. He's practicing as we speak. All right. Trey Whites may still have the ability to make an impact on the field, but little things like this are exactly why I love the signing. Not a better mentor around. Hairston can feed off of this. Oh, man, we got to remember this, man. Bears/Lions. Mike is coming in. Got to remember Keon missed 4 to 5 games last year. It threw him off. He was on pace for a great year. I agree. I can't wait to party week 3. You and me both, my friend. What's good, Dan? Dude, I'm living the dream. I'm trying to live the dream, at least. It's a hell of a lot easier to live the dream when my friends are in here. I'll tell you that. Guys, 302 like buttons have been hit. We have achieved our goal, all right? But now we have a new goal. Folks. Let's pump this damn number up to 350. I feel like we can get it done. I'm sitting here. I'm consolidating all of the news coming out of camp so we can remain informed. So you can avoid having to play catch up, pull all of this information from a variety of different sources. Just utilize me as your gateway to everything Buffalo Bills. Instantaneously aware of what is happening at St. John Fisher. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe to, say, for example. We just crossed 44,000 subscribers. That's a big deal, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I clap because that's an us accomplishment. That's not a me accomplishment. All right? So look at that, folks. The family is 44,000 strong. All right? Look at that. Look at that. Smash that like button. Subscribe and turn on bell notifications. Is Keon looking good or bad? He's had a better day today, Colt. I drive right past the Hall of Fame game every day of activities going on there every day. Football is here. CBS doesn't need Stephen Colbert. They need Josh Allen and the Bills. They carry CBS every fall and winter. Wow. Wow, they do. They do. That's the ratings, baby. Josh Allen. His ratings are insane. Shakir goes 70-plus yards to the house through multiple defenders here at Bills camp day 2. Dude. Give me a damn break. Shakir, 70-yard touchdown. Shakir, dude, I'm back. Bishop, man, you're missing a lot, baby. You are missing a lot, dude. Khalil Shakir going off, dude. Shakir is just going crazy. Paris Shan went to LSU, and he is from Canada, so he's playing hard. Wow, Shakir, yak machine. Dwight, you're damn right about that, bro. Shakir goes to the damn house, ladies and gents. Let's talk about it. Shakir listened to you and put down his phone and got to work. That's what I'm talking about. I'm back, bitches. Dude, Shakir, hey, listen, man. We appreciate your continued support. What? I have Stephon Diggs right there. With negotiations ongoing, Bills don't seem to be limiting James Cook one bit during training camp. Plenty of carries and catches, including a long romp just now that found the end zone. Big cheer for the crowd. Cook with some emotion at the end of the play. Cook got a touchdown. Bills appear to be utilizing him quite a bit in practice. So many updates right now. So many damn updates. 600 of you are in the chat right now. 343. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button right now. So once you hit that like button, that propels it out to the YouTube algorithm. So we can make sure, folks, that we extend out to Bills Mafia and we keep everybody informed that's not fortunate enough to be there in person. All right. Look at me as my long stream. I'm doing this for every practice, folks. every single practice. Subscribe and turn on bell notifications. I hope to see you later for my afternoon stream as well, because I'm going to be welcoming in callers and we're going to be talking a little ball. All right. So that James Cook touchdown was also a screen. It was an executed screen. Also was an RB. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's always tough to say how far a play would actually have go in this environment, but James Cook just took a swing pass that legitimately might have gone to the house from 70 yards away. Reggie Gilliam blocking out front and Terrell Shavers down the field. Khalil Shakir goes off, man. Shakir's going crazy. 2 back-to-back 70 yards to the house, baby. Who's upset about this? A running back screen in this economy. We share the same sentiment, AJ Sobalski. Bishop, Dan, I would kiss the like button for you. Let's go, Buffalo. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Got the headphone in at work. Go Bills. Cleaning these pools in Spalding Lake. Chris, man, I appreciate that, man. I hope you're having a good day at work. I hope it's not too hot out there for you. Dude, you are the man. Man, I got work later, unfortunately. I can't call in or watch. Don't worry, man. Call-ins are coming back to the morning stream again. Guys, listen. So I could imagine several of you are probably new here. But typically my streams are at 10 a.m. EST Monday through Friday and 5 p.m. EST Monday through Friday as well. So typically I have this thing called the Garage Beer Hotline where I welcome in callers from the live chat where they get to say a statement that they want me to react to or maybe answer a question. So say, for example, that y'all ever want to pop in. This is how I do my shows all year. So say, for example, you want to do this, make it happen. Dan, I am upgrading my internet so that I can get your channel loud and clear. Go Bills! Real Bill P, man. Talk to Real Bill P, man. He's our Virginia Tech guy, Bills fan out of Virginia. I love it. I can feel the Bills Mafia flowing through my veins. It is our year. Sorry, working out and watching. Dude, you get those gains, brother. Never apologize for getting them gains in the gym, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Apparently, the Dolphins player has limited mobility in his leg. It comes and goes, they said. What player are we talking about? Curious about that. Sorry, working out and watching. It's all right, man. You get them gains, baby. You get them gains, man. All right, listen, guys. 331 of you on YouTube. 608 of you in general. And that's including X. 264 of you on X. 12 of you on Facebook. Guys, for those of you watching on X and for those of you watching on Facebook, I highly recommend that if you want a better live chat experience, highly recommend you come on over to YouTube. All right? I totally get it. Say, for example, you want to stay on those respective platforms. That's cool, whatever. But I do recommend to at least check out YouTube one day. It's the exact same stream. We just have a bunch of crazies in my live chat that we love having a good time with here. And did we see the Justin Field injury already? It sounds like it's a toe injury. So an offensive lineman stepped on his toe. He is fine. He's good to go. 319 watching, baby. 326 of you have smashed that like button. That makes me happy. Okay. All right. So we have a video from Brasky. Thank you so much. Unless he loses his spot due to injury, I don't see any other way Cole Bishop is not named a starting safety entering the regular season. He is getting nearly every rep with the first team defense through 2 days. Dude, I am going to have a massive update for you guys later. There is so much news. That's it, boys. That is it. Bishop appears to be getting it. Glad Bishop gets to go through camp this time. I agree. Dude, I agree. So realistically, if we beat Baltimore week 1, what is our chance flirting with 17-0? It's hard to go 17-0 in this league, man. So the Eagles game will probably be tough. And so I wouldn't sleep on the Houston Texans defense either, especially at their home field. So the Chiefs always play us tough. We shall see. Dominic is coming with a $10 donation, man. Thank you so much, dude. That is going above and beyond on the channel, showing some support. But we all know the easiest way to support is just by hitting that thumbs up sign, folks. I appreciate that. Going to my first Bills game this year for my 42nd birthday for the Saints game. Look forward to hanging out with Bills Mafia. Also, what's the biggest Bills bar in Buffalo? Go Bills. What's the biggest Bills bar in Buffalo? Go Bills. I low-key, so I have a sleeper pick for my favorite bar in Buffalo, like sports bar for me. Give me Doc Sullivan's in South Buffalo. Give me Doc Sullivan's, all right? Like, that's a free plug for the boys over there, but I love that place. That's a damn establishment. That is my favorite place. First off, happy birthday. A 42nd birthday celebration at a Buffalo Bills, what should be an ass whooping, is a great gift, my friend. I hope you have a great time. I'm assuming you must be from the New Orleans area. Have fun, man. Have a damn. And then Teddy said, Doc Sullivan's goes so hard. See, dude, I'm telling you, right? Doc Sullivan's is my sleeper pick for best football bar. Say that I'm up there, like, for, like, an away game. Like, that's typically where I go. That's normally where I go is Doc Sullivan's. Chat, let me know what bar is better than Doc Sullivan's. Dom is saying, I'm from South Carolina. Sick, man. We're in South Carolina. I lived in Myrtle Beach for a long time. In the dirty Myrtle for quite some time, baby. Oh, dude, Real Bill P gifted a membership to the channel. Bill, you are the man, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. Who received that membership? JTL received the membership of the channel. JTL, a mod, by the way, as well. Shout out to Mike Green. Shout out to Dwayne, who I haven't seen in the chat already. But thank you to all my mods. Y'all been doing a great job. Really have been doing a great job. Okay. All right. So we have after Tylen Grable began Bills day one of camp with first team offense. On day two, it's Ryan Vandemark at right tackle. Grable now is with the first team. Grable, again, dude, he's getting it. Listen, we need to be able to get those reps in from the injured Spencer Brown. Unless he loses his spot due to injury. Okay, so we're getting all this. Have Grable in with the first team. Let's go. Bill just gifted somebody a membership, man. I appreciate that. Our mods are second to none. Love you guys. Guys, listen, 590 of you in here, 314 on YouTube, 267 of you on Facebook. Man, I really hope that I am able to see all of you on my next stream later this evening as we unpack everything in a nice, organized manner. So shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me today. Let's talk. 2 hours, folks. 2 hours. We are approaching 2 hours on the stream right now. I have quite a bit of people in here living the dream. Mike White has started training camp in a groove. Found wide receiver KJ Hamler on a nice pass day one. Okay. Dan had his game face on during the Brady interview. Man, dude, it's game time, brother. Still no word on Dorian. He limped off of the field, and I haven't seen a report that he is returned. So no update yet. Virgil catch over the middle from White with Hairston trailing. Mike White is having a solid day. Mike White out there cutting it up. Mike White out there is cutting it up, folks. Let's talk a little business. I think that's a storyline. I think that's a storyline for the Buffalo Bills here, ladies and gents. Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in, man. Dan, random question for you. Do you like Indian food? Yes or no? I do like Indian food. I do, as a matter of fact. I have a place actually that's like a mile or two down the road that I really enjoy. I really, really enjoy. I like Indian food indeed. So I got to tell you what, like right to this day, like say that it's up to me to decide where I go to eat or where we go to eat each and every single night. I typically rotate heavily between a steakhouse or Mexican food. I love a good Mexican place. And I'm not talking about the commercialized Mexican place. I'm talking that I go into that establishment and I am the only person that speaks English type Mexican place, man. I love that authentic stuff. I love when you go into the place, you look around. It's not commercialized all over the place, dude. I'm very picky of my Mexican establishments, but I love Mexican food. Love steakhouse as well. I'm a big steakhouse guy. I have a Traeger as well, so I'm big on smoking meats as well. Like normally during football season, well, more so when it's college football, because as you know, I stream on NFL Sundays. I I always pick up one of those big ass tomahawk ribeyes. I smoke that bad boy for about an hour and some change. Man, I'm talking melt in your mouth type shit. Elk is good too. Elk is incredible. I'm big into game stuff as well. Like I'm like super big into hunting as well, surprisingly enough. I haven't gone in quite some time, but yeah. So back in a past life. And so I'd go back in the day. I'm gonna have to get back onto it. I have a Traeger as well. Dude, listen, it's the best investment in the world. I am big into the Traeger. My buddies always fuck with me and say that it's the easy bake oven, but I don't care. I do not care, my friend. Matt Milano was able to chase Moore down on the play to limit him to a short gain. Milano looks good. Stop sleeping on Matt Milano, folks. Matt Milano was able to chase down Elijah Moore, which is something we should be excited about because Elijah Moore is very good. So Matt Milano was able to chase down Elijah Moore. He's looking very good. Dude, just stay healthy, Matt. I think that's all we have to say. Coleman looks much improved as well. So Elijah Moore on an end around with the handoff from Josh Allen. Another way his speed and athleticism can make an impact. So he's taking handoffs right now too. Elijah Moore out here taking handoffs. Dude, so much information is coming out of this camp today. I am so excited to like really dive into this later and figure it out. Keon, real nice route to throttle down and take advantage of Dane playing soft. 15-yard catch from Josh. Keon's best play at camp so far. The return of Keon Coleman. Another big play. He had 4 receptions today, right after a rough day one. He's catching balls short and intermediate, getting separation over the middle. Folks, I think I just read that correctly. Keon Coleman is getting consistent separation over the middle. What happened? What happened, man? Listen, I'm about it. Another big play. He's having a great day, especially over the middle. He's actually creating separation. Oh, my God. Dan, you hurt my feelings calling me a Saints fan. Bills fan my entire because of Thurman Thomas. Let's go, Buffalo. Dom, I don't believe I called you a Saints fan. Say that I did. I am sorry. I asked if you were from New Orleans. I didn't know whether or not that you were just from New Orleans or you live there and you were still a Bills fan and you were going. Sincerest apologies, Dom. I did not mean it. If I did say that, I did not mean it. It was just, yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes my words come out right before I think, but say that I said it like that, I did not mean it. I knew you were a Bills fan, man. Come on, baby. I can tell when somebody bleeds red and blue. All right? I know it. I know it. Year 2 jump is coming. If Milano returns to the old Milano and balls out, should Bean re-sign him, and for how much? I think that's going to be a question, man. I think Bean has really handcuffed himself to the strategy of getting younger and cheaper. So I would be shocked. I think that we do walk away from him next year, and we'll probably just end up going into the draft and looking for a potential replacement again, right? Like, we run nickel, so there's typically only ever 2 linebackers out there in the first place. Dan, can you confirm that I was always a Keon believer? Yes, you were, Maya. You were indeed. Bob wants a good slap. All right. Gotcha, bro. Gotcha, bro. In case anybody is curious about why that just happened, that's Bob. He's my buddy that watches all Bills games with me, and he takes several ass beatings when things don't go the Bills' way. The offense seems to be eating today. Keon Coleman, Josh Palmer, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, Elijah Moore, and James Cook all making big plays during team drills. Everybody eats. The everybody eats strategy is in full effect. Everyone is making big plays. Shakir, Curtis, Samuel, James Cook, Joshua Palmer, Keon Coleman, bang. And so then afterwards, I'm going to have ChatGPT organize all my notes and make it happen. Dan, which player do you think on the Bills has UNC status? Bosa maybe. Dawkins could be the one who has UNC status. Last year, it was Von Miller. It's probably that linebacker we brought in from Carolina. He's definitely UNC for sure. I'd say Dion's UNC. I'd probably say Josh is UNC right now, bro. Like, he's probably flirting with that, right? He's probably flirting with that. Elijah Moore off of his versatility, and he has one receiving end around Josh Allen. His speed and twitchiness looks to be a great asset for the Buffalo Bills. James Cook, happy to be here. Matt Milano was able to chase down Moore. Keon Coleman looks much improved today. Guys, listen, we are getting so much information from this camp. This is you good, bro? I love the show. Hey, man, listen, thank you so much, man. And by the way, I do appreciate the donation, the $5 donation, man. That goes a long way on this channel. Shane 888, great show, Dan. Hope all is well. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. I hope all is well with you as well, my friend. I'm just sitting here trying to think about what I'm going to eat today for lunch. I've been going on a fast recently. I've been like doing intermittent fasting. It's great because bulking season's right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Bulking season is almost here. This summer, I did a 72-hour water fast, so that was cool. So I did look shredded as hell, but I don't recommend it. I was starving and very grumpy. I'm excited to bulk again, all right? Give me the food, baby. Give me the carbs again. I feel like I'm going to start it probably August 1st. The bulk is about to be legendary, folks. I'm going to bulk all the way to November. No. I'm going to bulk all the way until the end of December and then shred up a little bit, all right? That's it, all right? Not that any of you care, but sometimes I just like to say things. Things to watch for this summer. But Buffalo Rumblings came out. Okay. Folks, I am willing to bet that the vast majority of practice has concluded. Dion Walker is a massive human being. I do have to say, I have seen this tweet a million times. Verbatim. Like verbatim. And you know what else is nitpicky? And it's nothing against the people that write this, but it's something that just annoys me. Like when I hear people say, oh my God, he is a big human, or wow, look at that human. Stop that. Okay. I know y'all are just going to start trolling me right in the chat and start referring to people as human. I don't know why that gets under my skin. I don't know. It's too cutesy for me. You know what I mean? Nothing against my boy Dom. And nothing against people that utilize the word human. Oh, he's a good human. Oh, look at that human. Dude, chill. All right? Chill. Chill on that. Chill on that for a hot second. And that's me being nitpicky. All right? Like, that's me being annoying. Toe injury for Jet quarterback. A fat burrito is calling my name. Dude, you are teasing me because you know how much I love Mexican food. You know how much I love Mexican food. Thanks, man. Dwayne and Amanda got married a few weeks back. That's right, dude. Shane, it's been a while, my friend. I hope all has been well. Guys, in case you didn't know, Shane is Dwayne Carter's father-in-law. So he has made himself be known last year through several other streams. Shane, I hope all is well. I hope Dwayne is doing well. Send him my best. And I hope the wedding was a beautiful thing. And so I'm sure it was, my friend. I am sure it was. Shout out to Dwayne Carter's father-in-law in the chat, rocking with us today. I like all you humans. Relax, bro. Damn it, Andy. You're getting under my skin. We have Bishop saying that I was 300 pounds, and just by cutting sugars and carbs, I've gotten down to 217 with more to come. Have to be healthy. Let's go. Bishop, you are the man. Congratulations, dude. That's big. That is big, man. That is insane. It's wild to me, dude, because people don't realize, like, the true enemy is sugar. Like, that's the true enemy. And carbs aren't particularly bad for you as long as, like, you're eating the right carbs. If, like, you're eating like half a cup of rice, white rice or brown rice, what have you, it is significantly better than bread. It is significantly better. Like, don't down like 1 pound of white rice a day, but like, you don't need to cut it out entirely. It's just cutting out all of like the shit. Like, normally, man, like, you can get by with just like really focusing on protein. Like, say for example that like you just wanted to chef up like 2 burgers, right? Like, no bun, like 2 cheeseburgers, like right on the stove top. Hell, maybe even 3. No bread, no carbs, like maybe chef up some Brussels sprouts or something, or like one of those prepackaged Caesar salads. Love that shit. I guzzle Caesar salad. Don't clip that. Yeah, it's a lot of shit. And so I used to be 9 pounds. Now I'm 220. Dude, talk about a bulk. Talk about a bulk, man. Humans need more sweet potato. Matt, fucking A, dude. You're the man, dude. Ash Ferguson. What's going on, Ashley? I hope all is well. Ash, thank you so much for coming in and showing a little bit of love. It's Ash from the Bahamas. Ash, my boy. Dwayne is a massive W. It's awesome. Thanks, Dan. All right, guys. Let's go on ahead and let's double check and make sure that there's no other updates. But so far as what we heard, sounds like that the offense had a day, had a damn day. The everybody eats mentality was on full display. One gadget guy didn't work. So Isaiah McKenzie, Hardy, and Curtis Samuel, why not try 2? Curtis and Elijah Moore. You have Deion Walker. Guys, I'm assuming that quite a bit of you guys, Dan, Bob just mocked you. Don't worry. He's getting his. He's getting his later. He's getting his later. All right, guys. You know what? How about we open up the Garage Beer Hotline? The Garage Beer Hotline, ladies and gentlemen. I think I can take in a couple of callers. I'm going to do my best to get to as many of you as humanly possible. I probably have another 15 minutes in me. But say, for example, that you guys want to call in and let me know your thoughts on what is going on. Feel free. Feel free. We have Dan Fouts has come in saying, I have a friend that was married in Dudism. Interesting. Yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to use the restroom real fast, but if anybody would like to call in and tell me what is on their mind, the Garage Beer Hotline is now live. All right, let me use the restroom real fast, and I'll be right back to the call. All right. Let's lock in. Let's talk a little ball, baby. Let's talk a little ball. We have, oh my God, we have Beth. What's going on?
What's up, Dan? How are you?
Oh, I am just jazzed to hear that Keon has had a bounce back day. I'm jazzed to hear that the offense has had a good day. Bills football is so close, Beth. I can almost taste it.
Oh, I'm beyond.
Nope. I can't hear you, Beth. You there? I think you may have accidentally muted yourself.
How's that? Is that better?
Perfect. Perfect.
Awesome. So the one thing that I really wanted to say to the stream and to everybody else out there, I know everyone's freaking out about these two suspensions with Hoyt and Ogunjobi. I'm going to be
Mhm.
really honest with you. Yeah, I would love to have them on the field week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, so on and so forth. But if we
Mhm.
really honestly think about it, we start getting injuries right when we're at our bye week. They come back week
Great
8.
take.
It is the
Yeah.
perfect timing for them to come back because if Bosa goes out, guess what? We got a Bosa replacement. We don't got to
Mhm.
worry about that this year where we're pulling strings and trying to pull somebody in and everything else. We've got 2 healthy guys coming in who are even going to have a week of practice before they even hit the field with us when they're ready to play.
Yeah.
Like, I know the suspensions suck, but this
Yeah.
year, honestly, it's perfect timing. I love it.
Yeah. So first off, fantastic take. And what also helps us out as well is that for the most part, of course, excluding week 1 against the Ravens, we have a pretty easy schedule from week
We
2 to
do.
week 6 when we're missing out on them. And you're exactly right. That is what has been our Achilles heel was we get those key injuries toward the middle of the season. As much as we would love to try and convince ourselves it's not going to happen, it is. We're getting 2 fresh legs that are going to come in, and they are both veterans. So I don't particularly think that there's going to be much of a ramp up period. I 100% agree with you, Beth. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I really, like I said, I see this as nothing but a good thing. I know everybody's freaking out. We want them on the field, those first couple weeks, but if we can outperform our expectations weeks 1 through 6,
Mhm.
imagine what we're going to be when we have Hoyt and Ogunjobi on the field with Bosa, with all of these other guys. I mean, we really have an explosive team, both offense
We
and
do.
defense. The only place that I am concerned is safety. I haven't seen enough
Yeah.
from the safety yet for me to feel real secure, but our
Mhm.
cornerbacks are so good that I'm
I
almost
know.
not scared of the safeties.
I know, right? Like it helps that Max Hairston runs a 4.2. It helps that
Oh, that
Benford has
play he made yesterday was just, oh my
for
goodness.
sure.
I was
For
so
sure.
excited.
Like I'm just visioning right now where a quarterback targets Cole Bishop over the top and it looks like he's about to get smoked, but then there comes Max Hairston just sprinting into the frame and making a play. That makes me feel better. And like, so when you look at how the NFL has been evolving as well, like now quarterbacks for the most part, it's really short passes nowadays. So say that this was like 5 years ago, like I'd be sweating about safety too, but I'm hoping that Cole Bishop can live up to expectations. And last year was just an anomaly.
Agreed. I really think that this year with Cole being able to train under Hyde during the end of the season last year, I really
Helpful.
think that that helped him a lot because he got to see the insides of the locker room that he didn't get to see with Hyde not being there. I have a
Mhm.
funny feeling that we might end up doing the same thing later on in this year with Poyer too, because Poyer has made mention he wants to retire a bill, but of course there have been no other talks or things like that in regards to it. So I got a
Yeah.
funny feeling Bean might have something up his sleeve because we all love Poyer. He was just
Oh,
here
for
playing
sure.
golf with the guys. Like I could
For
totally
sure.
see him re-signing just for the practice squad like Hy did, and then he can retire a bill like he wants.
For sure. For sure. Like worst case scenario, I could see it happening leading up into the playoffs, exact
Yes.
same way that Micah Hyde got into this team. From what I understand, from how I've been following him, he is still staying in shape. And hopefully he's just holding out for that because that certainly would be storybook. Beth, I appreciate you calling in.
Absolutely, Dan. Thanks for having me. Have a great one, guys.
Yeah, yeah, you as well. Shout out Beth. She is always in the chat and she's always bringing the energy. A great member of the Bills Mafia and also a regular viewer. Guys, if you're not feeling shy, the Garage Beer hotline is open. All right. Practice from what I have seen has all but concluded. We have Josh Allen connects with Elijah Moore on a pretty sideline reception.
Bills free agent. Landon Jackson, already saw that. Had Allen to Moore on a sharp breakout route. Hit him perfectly in stride. Sounds like, oh, okay, listen, I have to update my notes real fast, folks. Sounds like Josh and Elijah Moore are gaining quite a bit of chemistry. I love that, man. Listen, today has been the day of the offense, and that makes me ecstatic. Josh and Elijah Moore are gaining quite the level of chemistry. We got Fat Boy 2.0 in the chat. What up, dude?
What's up, Dan? I was
Hey,
going to
man,
ask
living the
you
dream.
originally, because I asked you before, how do you feel about the wide receiver ones? Because TD, he was talking about, all that stuff. I was going to ask, with this Elijah Moore connection between him and Josh Allen, how do you feel the wide receiver core is going to be from start to finish? Like Khalil Shakir first, Keon Coleman second, or do you think Elijah is going to take that second, then Keon takes it third, or maybe even one of the depth takes that third, and then Keon kind of, drops down. So how do you feel about this wide receiver core?
Yeah, dude, it is so tough to predict who is going to get the majority of the targets, especially with Joe Brady. Like when you look at number 1, 2, and 3, so close, not a significant gap between 1 through 3 on the roster. So what you can do is just look at some of the wide receivers that ended up leaving the roster and trying to find where those targets need to be redistributed. I'm still thinking that Shakir is going to dominate targets when it comes into wide receiver.
100%.
I think that a sleeper pick here as well is Dalton Kincaid. I know we had an off year last year, but I do think that defensive coordinators went into last season thinking it's got to be Dalton Kincaid is Josh Allen's favorite target. So I think that first half of the season, they probably planned against Dalton, and you could see him getting absolutely clamped, and you can tell that they had a strategy for him toward the beginning. But then once Buffalo started implementing the everybody eats mentality, that's when he ended up getting his knee injury. So maybe that's me being delusional, or maybe that's me holding on to hope that last year was a fluke.
Fair take.
But I'm still thinking that Dalton Kincaid is all but going to be forced into the top 3 in targets this year. I could be wrong. And so Elijah Moore for me, man, I think that he's going to be a gimmick guy, but more so on the outside running vertical routes. Sounds like we have been utilizing him a bit as our gadget guy. We might have 2 gadget guys with Curtis Samuel. It's tough, man. It's hard for me to pin or even give a realistic prediction on where Joe Brady plans on prioritizing targets for a specific wide receiver, right?
Right. Do you think possibly James Cook could be in the conversation of getting the targets? Because, he uses them, runs, throws it to him. He's a dual threat. He can run, he can catch. He's a solid player, even coming from a Finns fan. Listen, I hate to say it, but James Cook, he's like top 5 in my opinion for running backs, even from fantasy into the NFL. I mean, you got Saquon Barkley, you got Derrick Henry, you got all those great running backs, even Devon Achane, but I believe James Cook, he's cooking. I mean, I hate to watch him play versus my team because, I mean, he's just everywhere down the field. Josh Allen's running around. He's throwing it to him. He's getting those targets. So, I mean, personally, I think the top 3 targets could be between Khalil, Dalton Knox, or Dalton Kincaid, right?
Yeah.
And James Cook. Now, I got a second question. How do you feel about, like, who's going to take this CB2 spot? Because Maxwell Hairston, I saw that clip. He's fast. Like, he can keep up.
No, he is, dude. Dude, he is. He loves using trail technique, right? Where, like, he has confidence in his recovery speed, where, like, he can make a play, right? Like, we saw that all over in college. So how McDermott does it, if Max Hairston wins that CB2 role, he has earned it. Like, bar none, 0 questions asked. 2 days in a row now, we've seen Tre'Davious White start with the ones. And Max Hairston has certainly been sprinkled in with his opportunities. But I'm still anticipating that he's going to be CB2 because we need that speed on the outside, dude. Like
100%.
Last year, I still have nightmares of what Xavier Worthy did to Kyer Elam. And like, we need answers for some of those speedy wide receivers, because while sometimes we can scheme out from our zone identity, that was a one piece in the secondary that we have always been missing. I just want to see him develop.
Yesterday, I heard that he did look confused during one specific rep against Josh Allen and the ones, but of course it's day one. So I understand it's going to take some time for him to sort of take his rookie lumps. But yeah, dude, listen, I think that how this room is going to look, it's ultimately going to be Benford and then Harrison on the opposite side, still Taron Johnson. And then thankfully, we actually have some pretty solid depth. So I'm feeling pretty confident.
They look really scary on that secondary. I can't even lie. I'm a little jealous considering my Dolphins got some man-generated players on cornerback.
Some Madden-generated players? Oh, man.
I'm jealous, man. But I got one last question. How do you feel about this D-line with Joey Bosa coming in the mix? You got Ed Oliver. You got, obviously, what's his Matt Milano. He's a linebacker, but he could play edge. You know what I mean? He's good at his blitz. So how do you feel about this defensive line?
Yeah, man. So I'll say that I need to see it to believe it, right?
Yeah.
So that has been and so our Achilles heel for the past couple of years. Like last year, we ended up finishing 27th in preventing third down conversions, and that's a defensive line statistic.
Yeah.
So we haven't had a defensive lineman crack 10+ sacks in God knows how long. And like we've made moves like this in the past. We've made splash moves. We've made smart free agency, plug and play moves. It just hasn't been executed on the field. I can tell you, I don't expect this line to be top 5 this year, but at the same time, I don't believe that we need to be top 5 to succeed. I think that we need to be right in the middle of the pack, specifically within being able to stop these third down conversions. Because really, like with any time you ever hear anybody say, oh no, we have a bend but not break defense, that's a little bullshit. Like nobody chooses to have a bend and not break defense. Nobody wants that. That is a terrible strategy. And if you were a defensive coordinator with that strategy, like you should be fired. Like you do not want to gas out your defense and have them be out there for 70 to 80-yard drives almost each and every single play. You don't want that. So I think Buffalo has put a lot of effort into solving that issue. I just need to see it like play out right in front of my eyes. Basically.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you can't rely on stats. You got to rely on tape. Tape's different than box stats. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Dude, shout out to my boy coming in here, Dolphins fan, showing a little bit of love.
Man. Hey, huge Dolphins fan, but GG's to the Bills. You know, I have Bills fans, family members. I love them. I honestly love Josh Allen. He's a great player himself, and he's so respectful. I'm pretty sure he's friends with Tua. I'm pretty sure. I don't know 100%, but he's a respectful kid. He deserves the MVP. I wish you all the best. I mean, God bless you, Dan.
Hey, man, you as well. I appreciate you calling in, and I look forward right to the next time, my friend. We'll see you.
Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Peace, brother. Peace, man. Dude, shout out Fat Boy 2.0 coming on in, showing a little bit of love to a divisional rival, man. All right, guys, we have yet another injury update. We had AJ Epinesa left Bills practice early on day 2 in training camp. We heard that, folks. That is yet another injury. AJ Epinesa left practice early with an injury. All right, guys, listen, I have a damn big responsibility in my TikTok video that needs to be done after this because there's so much information. I don't know how I'm going to put it all together, but I will. I promise. Andy Johnson, what up?
What's up, Dan? What's the problem with being a human?
What's the problem with being a human? Oh, my friend. No, it's just like one of those nitpicky things where I see it and I'm like, chill, right? Like, I feel like we all have that one word that just like sort of bothers us, right? So what do the Gen Zs say nowadays, right? Like, oh my God, this sandwich is bussin'. Like that kills me too. Like that makes me want to rip my fucking hair out as well. But that's just me being a stickler with semantics. Don't take it personally, you know?
Funny.
What's going on?
Not much. Enjoying the coverage. It's nice to see we have a Dolphins fan with some brain cells.
It's nice, dude. Listen, man. Like, we see King Jamie. Now we saw a Dolphins fan coming in here showing some respect as well. It's nice, man. Since I put the hammer down on trolls, you know what I mean. I put that hammer down on trolls, and I love it.
Much better.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. What is your biggest takeaway from practice today, man?
Offense is finally picking up where it left off, and They were a little rusty yesterday, and they're moving around now.
Thoughts on Keon Coleman too, right? Because I feel like the fan base is pretty divided on the wide receiver. Like some people have already given up, but I feel like we can all be pretty encouraged about his performance today. Obviously, like we want to wait until week 1, week 2 to actually see it.
Well, I also
moving
feel
right in front of our eyes, but
because Christian Benford was locking him down. So I mean, if our CB1 is locking him down, he's one of the best in the league. I mean that I'm expecting him to lock down mostly everybody this year. So I mean,
dude, you know what? You're right. Like that's a really good way of looking at it.
he did obviously he had a better day. They didn't put Christian Benford on him. He got to do some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I absolutely love it. We are going to run into you during the event, right?
I'm gonna try.
Dude, listen, we're gonna be around. So I'll hit you up and I'll let you know where we are.
Yeah.
And we're gonna hang out, man. We are gonna hang out.
Definitely need to meet you guys. I mean,
I have to, man. Listen, you've been supporting us for years. I mean, we owe it to you, brother. We owe it to you.
And I was one of your first like 200 subscribers.
You were. Yeah, dude, you have been an OG, and I appreciate that, man. And I always remember that. And I appreciate you rocking with me when I was a small little YouTuber, man. And here you still are. And here you still are, man. I hope I'm just as much entertaining as I was when I first started.
Getting better every year.
My man, dude. Andy, you enjoy the rest of your day, man. And I hope you call in to the AFC's roundtable. We're fourth and forever later today as well.
Can't get the Patreon just yet, so.
Okay. Yeah, man. No problem whatsoever, man. You're always welcome to roll on into this show and talk Bills, because who would rather talk anything else? Andy, you're the man. I appreciate you, brother.
Talk to you later, Dan.
Thanks, man. That's my guy. Speaking of Dwayne, what up, Dwayne? How's life?
Well, I had something ready to tell you, but then you kind of screwed me up because you said you got rid of the trolls. Excuse me, who got rid of the trolls?
You and
the
Mike.
mods got rid of the trolls.
The mods got rid of the trolls, man. Like, we still need to talk strategy of whether or not that, like, so we still need to talk strategy of whether or not that I should allow trolls during my live play-by-play reactions, because say that I'm talking all this shit online and we end up losing, I feel like there's almost a part of me that deserves it, right?
I think play-by-play is fine.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of different teams that are going to come and visit you play-by-play, so I think play-by-play is fine. You bring it to them, they bring it to you. You got to understand that's how you got started. Having fun with the trolls. You can't forget what got you started. But let's talk football a little bit.
Let's talk ball.
How long have I been telling you and many others on different pods that Moore and Palmer could take over number 1 and 2 wide receiver if Coleman doesn't take the next step? And here we are today. Imagine that. Moore has just figured it out with Josh Allen big time. And we're hearing report after report that Coleman is struggling again in his route running when that's supposed to be one of his strengths. And that's scary.
No, yeah. So yesterday was definitely a big concern with him. He did have a pretty good day today from what I hear. But then again, it's practice and there's no pads. Yeah. And they're saying that he's creating separation over the middle. I am a firm believer, Dwayne, and I'm sure you and I are on the exact same page. There are certain traits within a wide receiver that likely can't be improved, or at least significant improvements, right? Like, we're all spoiled that we were able to witness Josh Allen go from a career 58% completion percentage quarterback in college to where he is now. And I think that a lot of us are conditioned to a point where we think that that's normal. And
yeah, you can't teach accuracy. Remember that?
Yeah, I know, right? I do think that still remains true, but Josh Allen is just a complete freak that completely defied the odds, which is ideal. So why I bring that up, I don't think that Keon Coleman will ever be able to develop into a guy that can create consistent separation. That's not a bad thing, as long as he ultimately ends up leveraging his physicality and he can be a 50-50 ball guy and he can be a red zone target. That's fine. But then again, I tend to agree with you. I still think this offense is going to be the Shakir show. And if Elijah Moore and Josh Palmer can step on in and really take this offense to the next level, which seemingly seems impossible since we were number 1 in scoring last year, sign me the hell up.
Yeah. This was the one position we came in a little bit concerned about going into this year because it's very hard to replicate what we did last year as far as how we did it. And we went out and we got receivers and free agency and whatnot to hope that we can take that next step with the wide receiver room. And look, Bean took a lot of freaking hassle about not drafting a wide receiver.
I know.
WGR gave him a lot of shit. And it looks like Bean is showing like he knows a little bit of what he's doing around here with how these wide receivers are playing. So, I don't know.
Dude, it's going, man. It's a very encouraging day 2 of camp. Folks, as we've updated it as well, we saw James Cook is at the podium. I'm interested to see what sort of tidbits or lines are coming out of it. But for the most part, we did remain relatively healthy. We had Dorian Williams. He left the field, and AJ Epinesa was also just added to the potential injury list, waiting on further details on that. But Dwayne,
looks like they're saying AJ's just a mild sprain.
Oh, good. Rest and just make sure that guy gets plenty of ice and get him back out there. I still think he could potentially be traded, but here we are. Anyway, Dwayne.
Anyhow, I'm out of here. Heads up to all the mods. They're doing a terrific job. And peace.
Peace. That's what I'm talking about. Dwayne, shout out. Guys, listen, we are hearing from James Cook right now, who is currently on the podium. And a specific quote that's highlighted by Alex Brasky, obviously, he's coming in and he is saying why he showed up and also pertaining to his contract negotiations. He's saying, it's my job, so I have to participate so I don't get fined. Just go out here and show them I'm ready to go and earn what I want to get. I deserve what I want. All right, folks. That's a statement. That is a statement. That is, oh my God, that is a damn statement. Tommy, what up, man?
Yo, what it do?
Oh,
what
man,
it do, man?
Dream. I'm living the dream. If I was doing any better, I'd be you, Tommy.
I hear you, man. Hey, camp has started. Epinesa punching people in the face.
I know, dude. Slept on update that I feel like we didn't spend enough time on. We literally saw AJ Epinesa punch a rookie in the face. I don't know why. It's adrenaline. Don't be surprised. He goes back to the locker room and he sees a nice little sheet of paper saying you have been scheduled for a random drug test. Maybe it's roid rage. I don't know. Knock on wood. I'm just kidding. Don't sue me, AJ Epinesa. All right.
Right. Yeah.
What's going on?
But not much, brother, man. And look, man, credit to you once again, getting up bright and early to do these training camp videos. I don't know how you do it, brother, but yeah, you the man, Dan the man. So hey, so you're welcome. Hey, so listen, early on so far, these 2 receivers that we signed in the offseason, Palmer and Moore, are looking to be the real deal. I'm high on Moore. I really do think Moore was the final cherry on top that we needed in this offseason as far as speed goes, the over-the-top guy. Something we've been missing since John Brown, if we're going to be real, right? And I believe this guy is a younger version of John Brown and just has had bad luck as far as, playing with bad quarterbacks, right? Where he's gone, or where he's played. So I think this year, man, I think Allen's going to really enjoy having a guy like that on the field. And obviously Palmer, he's not the fastest in the world, but he can separate. He's a good route runner, really good route runner. And it's something, once again, that we were kind of missing last year. That's that true separator, right? So I'm excited to see these guys. And it seems like early on, Allen's really liking those 2.
Yeah, dude, you know what? Palmer is exactly who Amari Cooper should have been for us, right? Unfortunately, with Amari Cooper, he spent the first couple of weeks with Buffalo learning the playbook. And then as soon as when he was fully ramped up, he hurt himself and he wasn't the same. So I think that's the wrinkle that we are looking for. And I'm hoping and I'm trying to convince myself that Palmer is the younger version of Amari Cooper, and he can play that role that Cooper was supposed to take. And I mean, Elijah, that just goes without saying. We need speed on the outside, right? Like we need somebody, as you said, haven't had it since John Brown, someone to really take the top off of an offense, that second level. And it's nice to see updates that Joe Brady and Josh Allen are keeping that at top priority to get those guys up to speed and establish that day one chemistry.
Yeah, I agree. As far as the rest go, how do you feel about the early injuries that we have going on with Spencer Brown, Dawson Knox? Spencer Brown with the back injury, you never want to hear that, see that, because of the back. He's dealt with obviously back injuries since he got into the NFL. So hopefully it's something minor, Dan, and it's just something that they're just being precautious over, which is fine, which is probably the case here. But you never know, right? And that it's a little, I guess, concerning. What do you think about that?
So I'll tell you what, man. Since it has to do with the back, it's going to cause some level of concern. I am optimistic that it's just a quote unquote flare up. So it sounds like that they're just trying to proceed with caution. So I feel like he'll be okay. And so I feel like he'll probably be like plugged in within the next week or two. But then again, like he's a veteran. Like he's been right in this offensive line room for like how long? So we know that he's going to be able to pick up exactly where he left off. It's not like that he needs to adjust to a brand new partner off to his left either. He's still going to be running with Osiris Torrance. So not a lot has changed from the offensive line planning or like ramp up period for him. So I like how Buffalo is handling it. I'm not so much concerned about Dawson Knox. It's just a hamstring. He'll probably be fine. And then with that Dorian Williams situation, I hate to see that because depth at the linebacker position is a concern. And it's not like we have Matt Milano. It's not like that Bernard have established that they can stay healthy for all 17 games. But it's something that every team deals with, unfortunately. Let's just hope for the most part that we can have one of our healthier seasons. I always look back at 2020 where like miraculously, like our entire roster was healthy like all the damn time. It was crazy.
Yeah.
We haven't had it in a while. So
it's rare. I hear you. Linebacker. I'm totally with you, by the way, with the linebacker position. It's like we can't win when it comes to that position. It's like something's always happening, whether it be Bernard getting injured somewhere during the season. Matt Milano it's just followed him. I don't know. It's too bad with Matt Milano because Matt Milano is a special player when healthy. But the problem is he just can't stay healthy. And then now Dorian Williams, who was he was rising, right? Like we were looking at we saw last year, when Dorian Williams filled in for Milano for most of the season, man, we saw a real difference in year 2 from Dorian Williams. Like the dude was tackling much better, led the team in tackles actually, right? And with Matt Milano coming back and taking his playing time. So, and he still led the team in tackles. So, he was coming on strong there, so hopefully this is something he can bounce back from. It's not nothing that serious. Have they said what it was yet with Dorian?
No, they haven't. All we've heard is that he came up limping and then he was escorted off of the field and did not return. Hopefully we hear something soon, but here we are.
Okay, damn, dude. Yeah. And one more thing before I go, Dan.
Yeah,
I gotta say I've been hearing so much shade thrown to Brandon Beane, right? Brandon Beane's way. I gotta say, man, I just so disagree with fans that are so like throwing the shade on him. One, I'm gonna tell you right away, guys, right away. He drafted Josh fucking Allen. Okay,
he did
there. I don't care personally what that dude does after. He brung in Josh fucking Allen. There's some things that you have to always go, no matter what. This GM did something special, guys. Josh Allen, right? Like. And I'm gonna remind you about that because in 2018, a lot of Bills Mafia did not want Josh Allen in the building. And if you had it your way, you'd have Josh Rosen here, and we would still be in a drought probably because finding a quarterback is very tough. At least a franchise quarterback. You can find the Kirk Cousins in the world, but you can't find a Josh Allen in the world every draft. It just doesn't happen a lot, right? Oh, man, Hulk Hogan, huh? Jeez Louise. I just saw that. So is that true? Hulk Hogan passed away? Golly. Anyways, so that's all in your chat there. Somebody said Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, listen, man. I feel like Brandon Beane overall for the draft picks he's done. If people were really to go back, go to every single draft he's selected. He's had some very good drafts, and a lot of these players that we come to love and everybody's high praise. Most of these guys are Brandon Beane draft picks, right?
True.
Most of them, right? Teron Johnson. Right? All these guys, like the big time players that people love. Oh, man, he's a Christian Benford, James Cook, the one that everybody wants to stay here so badly.
Yeah.
Like, these are guys that he drafted. Spencer Brown. I mean, I can go down the list, guys, and where he drafted these guys, how late in rounds. Of course, he's going to miss on some, but every GM does. We're a solid team. Now, could he have drafted this guy? Could he have done things differently? Of course. Was there mistakes? Yes. Boogie Basham, terrible decision. Right? Ford, awful decision. But a lot of GMs make terrible decisions. Right? They make those mistakes. But overall, man, look, we need to get to the Super Bowl. When Josh Allen's in his prime, that is the main thing here. And I really don't believe that starts with Beane. I believe that starts with McDermott. This is his team. Right, it's his voice in the locker room. It's his defense. He's a defensive-minded head coach. He needs to figure it out because ultimately, Dan, the defense is what let us down in the playoffs pretty much every year. It's not the offense. It's not Josh Allen. Let's be real here. We keep saying Josh needs help. Josh needs help. Guys, we were like second in scoring last year. We were. I think we led the team, led the league in scoring over the last 8 games or something like that. We got to the AFC Championship. We got everything we want. We put points on the board, but the offense has to play perfect, right? And that's not realistic, right? The defense has to step up eventually, Dan, and that falls on Sean McDermott. So he needs to figure this out. If he can't, Dan, the Pagulas have to make that tough decision. You got to move on. That's my case on the whole, Beane McDermott thing. I think Beane is a very good GM, and if I were to let go one, McDermott is the one I'm letting go first.
So I'll tell you what, man, he is certainly going to be under a microscope. Ladies and gentlemen, have to give a shout out to Tommy's channel, the Mafia Sports Report, man. I saw Beth say that you needed to plug your stream tomorrow night. Everybody watching, if you want to hear Tommy talk a little ball, because trust me, he knows some ball, go over to my boy's channel, give him a subscription, and go tune into his stream tomorrow evening. He does a great job over there, him and his co-host, Mike, right? It's Mikey?
Yeah, Mikey. Yep, Mikey. I appreciate you, Dan, man. And I'm gonna have you on. I'm gonna have you on one of these shows, man, and we'll link up. We're gonna link up this season.
Yeah, man, for sure. I appreciate that, dude. Tommy, I appreciate you for tuning in, man. You are the guy, guys. That's the last caller. Sorry for anybody that's backstage. I just need to hop off real fast. Don't worry, I do my best to get to each and every single caller, as fast as humanly possible. But is what it is. Great day at practice today, guys. I will be live later this afternoon to unpack a more organized tell of what I gathered from day 2 of training camp. And smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so already. And we'll see you at 4th and Forever here in about 2 hours. Deuces.